Hello everyone. Hello. It's a little rough start. I had the music muted. Hello. I thought I could do like a beautiful seamless transition back from Halloween-y. Semi painless. How's it going? Welcome in. I have a new audio setup. We'll see how good it is. The idea is that the background music's a little more audible when I shut my trap. and when I'm talking, the background music is not overpowering my voice. Yes. So if at any point you're like, Goofy, I can't understand you, the sound's so loud, Goofy, then I guess I'll just have a fucking I'll have a fucking bake down on stream. I will bake you a cake on stream. I might have, this is early arrival knowledge. You cannot share this knowledge with anyone else. This is my exclusive little early arrival secret information drop. I might potentially have purchased an easy bake oven for streams. That might have been a thing I did. I might have a box sitting with an easy bake oven inside it, just waiting to be deployed. Don't tell anyone. It fades in and out. Smart. Yeah. Audio ducking. It's the future. Bake down live on stream. Let's go. Yes. I'm excited to bake little muffins in an easy bake oven. We'll see how easy the baking really is. Have that been for a while? By the way, it's been a while. It has indeed. How have you been? I've been good. Did you have a good Octoberween? I had a good Octoberween. We played two like really fun games back to back, which for my streams, that's like a big L? No, L is failure. A big W. Yeah. So hey, Mr. Frankenlurch, hello. Observe. Look, we're not spooky anymore. Unless clowns are spooky, then we're extra spooky. How's it going? You been okay? Yeah. Well, I hope that being here increases your percentage of okayness by at least 5%. Let's go, Goofy. Agree. Hello. You handed out candy. Your clown fit, and your partner was a mushroom queen. Clown core and cottage core. Wait, no, fairy core. Is that it? I know about the fashions. I know about the words. I know about the hashtag aesthetics. Where I live, if a children arrives at my door and they're still in one piece, I suppose they would deserve candy. But I think opening the door, I give them more of a trick than a treat. He posted pics on Twitters. Ooh, hello mushroom court. Nice. I play a D&D game, and one of my friend's characters is what's the thing when the human fucks the water animal and they get the nasty little baby that's like Genasti, a water Genasti, and she's like all swamp themed, and so all her thing is like mushrooms, and she's got like little mushrooms in her hair. It's very aesthetic. Yeah. All her characters are always so like cute and like pristine and perfect. And like in the last one shot we played, I played a flame skull. What was his name? Herbert the flame skull. I was literally just a flame skull. Dynamics. Clowns will always be spooky. Mr. Frankenlurch, I will debate with you. I don't find clowns spooky at all. Which, you know, maybe there's some bias there. Maybe there's a little bit of bias. But I think a clown needs to be combined with something else to be spooky, like a clown that's a monster. Any monster other than a bubblegum monster, or maybe with a chainsaw. They have to have like some accessory or something like that for it to qualify as spooky. Clowns are cool, we sure. Yeah, clown solidarity. You might be wondering what I've got behind me. I don't know. I haven't done this yet. This is a little game that we can play. All of us together, you're all included. This is going to be a collective test. It's kind of like the virginity, is it the virginity test? The innocence test. The innocence test that's going around on Twitter. Wrong word. But the whole thing is, this is a 6-minute and 40-second long video. And there are some rules attached to it. You cannot click away or tab out. So if you're going to participate in this with me, you can't tap me on the second monitor. This needs to be a single monitor thing. It must be full screen on a TV or a monitor, commanding your full attention, and just see how long you can make it through. It's a 6-minute and 40-second rant by a character in the game Ring, which is based off of German opera. Loosely based off of a German opera. And apparently, watching this, it can be very, very taxing. Let's describe it as that. Taxing. Yes. So, I can post a link here for people who want to try this later, or want to post their timestamp in the comments below this video of how long they lasted before they tapped out. But I'm going to try and make it to the full thing. Yeah, I think so. I believe in myself. I was gonna say, oh, I can switch this over to my full screen setup, but it seems to be broken. It seems to have broken at some point. Which is great. How about like... Nah, I'm not gonna bother. We can do it here. It'll be fine. I'll make it big like this. Yes. So just don't focus on all the bright colors around this. We can just focus it on here. My goal is to make it through the entire 6 minutes, 40 seconds. So, I might have not thought this through very well. Because that means there's going to be 6 minutes and 40 seconds of me not looking at what you guys are saying and just being like this. But, I mean, you guys have been here for my gaming streams, and that's basically the same thing, right? I get focused on the game, and I forget the chat for a little bit. So, it should be the exact same experience. Let's give it a shot. Let's go. Let's try. We begin.
So, finally, you've come. I hadn't pictured you like this, but, oh, well, I suppose that even in death, warriors and miners don't mix. But I prefer you to a Valkyrie. I am pleased. Hurry up!
Hey, Red Crab.
I think he takes you for death itself.
We're doing the Insanity Challenge.
I'd be only too happy to be his death if it helped my cause.
I have to focus on the video.
It won't take long. A few questions at the most.
For pity's sake, no riddles. I've been crawling around this cage for weeks now, so spare me your little guessing games. Just take me away.
I'll grant your wish. But first, you must help me. I haven't come just for you. I must destroy Alberich, your torturer.
Oh, God of gods, thank you. And so for us, we revolutionaries, does death advance by leaning on the arm of justice. I'll help you, deadly spirit, with zeal and with joy. But in return, swear that you'll give me the gift of sleep.
I swear it. Why does Alberich need Chrysoberyl so?
That monster! That turncoat! He has managed to create a philosopher's egg. Any metal which is plunged into it turns to gold. But the egg must be completely covered with chrysoberyl for this to happen. Now, the stone concentrates energy and makes anything enveloped in its shards indestructible. The egg accomplishes the miracle. However, each magical operation wears out the egg's precious shell. That is why Alberich makes the Nibelungen dig unceasingly. It is a rare gem indeed. What hope can there be in a world where dwarfs send other dwarfs into the mines for a little metal?
Tell me again, what must I do to reach Alberich?
This voice actor is amazing.
A daunting task ahead of you. Like all dictators, he's a coward. He will not come down. The Nibelungen don't count on them to help you out. I've devoted my life to them and did what I could to get them to rebel, but in vain. To them, I'm just a freak to be laughed at during the break time.
He's a VTuber.
Over backwards to protect that megalomaniac creep. You won't even be able to get close to him. The only solution is to kill them all. Believe me, it pains me to admit it, but my people are damned, fallen, willingly enslaved. May they disappear, and their sorry story with them. But for Alberich, that wouldn't be enough. As long as the machines work, he'll remain invisible. You must seize Loga's tear from the mind's energizing heart. The infamous tear of the ancient fire spirit who has himself been enslaved. Anything that aspires to subjugation is food for tyranny. Fire, the dwarfs, and now the stone. I wonder sometimes, should we perhaps loathe weakness more than brute force? Drown the dwarfs in the abyss of their idolatry. Take the tear, confront Alberich. The time has come. Keep your word. Appease my tormented soul.
You shall therefore be freed by a serf. From one slave to another, you have helped me. And for this, I thank you with the compliments of Logger.
Never forget to... Ooh. Is that it? And he surfs away. That's it. That wasn't too bad. This voice actor is otherworldly beyond our comprehension. He truly is. He truly is. Oh, to have that range. Oh, to have that emotion. I can only dream. Next year's Halloween costume? Ooh, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to be called a ring poser because I haven't played the games, but apparently they're really hard to get operating. I mean, running. I mean, operating. I mean, isn't that the same thing? When you think about it. Like, they're abandonware, which I've played some abandonware games on this stream, but apparently they're also really difficult to get running, which I haven't had the experience. I mean, kinda low-key? I don't know. For me, making stuff like virtual machines isn't a big deal, so I've been able to get things running with minimum pain. But apparently this one is really difficult, and this guy tries to get a lot of old games running. So I figure for him, he knows more than me. He's more equipped, and for him, it was really hard. If it was easier, maybe I'd play them, but also maybe costume, maybe. My very first Halloween costume in 2021. That was last year, right? Yeah, 2021. I was the Magic School Bus, so I'm not bound by any kind of like. It has to be my base form, and it has to be clown based. You know. Perhaps maybe I can learn the speech. Maybe I could learn the entire monologue for next year. That'd be possible, right? Right? That was a great outfit, 10 out of 10. Thank you. Apparently it's still some people's favorites, and it's you don't get to see it. You don't get to see it because I never uploaded the videos on YouTube. I'm thinking of making a new YouTube channel, which you'd be like, why, Goofy? Why? Well, it's because I accidentally set up 2 different email accounts for VTubing, and so I have things set up in 2 different places, and I kind of want to merge them into one. So I want to take my my YouTube channel and kind of let the current one vanish into the dusts of time, and then upload everything onto the new one. So the only reason why I have not done that so far is executive dysfunction. I think that's pretty much it. That's the only reason why I haven't begun the great move yet. That, and I'm like, oh, it sounds like a lot of work. It sounds like a lot of work. I don't know about that. You said to the old one, it will never die. If you love something, take it out behind the shed and let it go. Let it move to a farm upstate. Mm-hmm. So last month I did a whole lot of gaming, right? And if you came into my channel last month, you might expect that that's it. That's all I do. I play the games. I play the old games. I play 1 old game, then I play 2 old game, then I play 3 old game. But in fact, I'm more of a varied. I'm a varied streamer. I do other stuff occasionally. Believe it. I do candy tasting streams. I might do fucking bacon streams. Not bacon. The other bacon. And I do art. And I do rigging. I am working on a new version of myself. You guys want to see? You guys want to see the progress? Since you came, since you're here, this is your reward. I don't know if you want this reward, but you can have it. Let me see. Let me pull up. I've got like, I'm working on updating the art for the new. Okay, this sounds bad. It sounds bad that I am updating the art for my new model that I have yet to finish. But, and it's a teeny little butt. It's like a Ha0nk Hill butt. I don't usually talk about like bigger VTubers. I'm not really interested because like whenever I go to their streams, like the chats are so fast and it's like a big stream with like rip currents pulling you every which way and that. I like smaller streamers. I like smaller streamers who have a smaller audience and therefore can be a little more cursed. I like some cursed with my streams. But have you guys seen Artemis's new fit? Have you seen Artemis's new outfit? I don't know if it's widely circulated, but I love it so much. I love it so much. In another world, in another place, in another time. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And it inspired me to put some more effort into the textures. Yeah, I want to say the textures of my my next outfit. Like my body and my hair. I don't know about my hair, but my body's going to be the same. There's a lot of stuff that's still going to be the same, and all the work I've done on rigging still stands. It's not gonna put me back. I am not reversing any work, but I've been working on enjoy the most cursed half-finished Goofy ever. I'm working on updating the shading on the clothes a little more to add just a little bit more detail. Put a little bit more in there, because as it is right now, it's very flat. It's very flat. 10 out of 10, you love the cool gloss look. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But let me show you guys. Let me show you guys the current progress I have with my new model. And I can show you. I can show you right now. Here it is. I'm pretty far in. Where's my legs? Oh no, where's my legs? Leg. Oh, I thought I had some legs. I have some modesty legs. There we are. Here we are. Here we are. Modesty legs. Behold. I'm basically done. Perfection. Thank you. I felt a little weird without them on, so I was like, here. This'll do. This'll do just fine. And I've got some features done. I've got my gaming hands, and they're all hooked up. So if I was to pull out my gamepad, I could be able to wiggle it around, and I could be able to interact with these buttons live. It's really cool. It's really cool. When I squeeze the eyes, they cry a little bit. I'm very excited for this. What else do I have? I've got my sad face for when I die in games over and over and over again. There's some stylish pants. Thank you, Snorlax. That cheered me right up. Love the clown controller. Yeah, I'm working on a arm position for when I'm drawing, because I feel like I need a controller for gaming. I need a indicator for drawing so that I can point to where I'm drawing. Stuff like that. Just some basic toggles. Which, honestly, wow. Whenever I look at a lot of bigger VTubers, their models are so less extra than the little indies. The little indies who are like, I'm gonna add 300 different setups and options, and it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be powerful. It's gonna be And then like the bigger VTubers are just like, man, I just look good. That's all I need. What's this button do? I've got a lot of buttons. Oh yes. That's under construction. And whatever this was is no longer working. It just turns one of my eyes off. This is my eyeball be gone button now. And what's this do? Oh yes, this is my sweat for when I'm a sweaty gamer or like playing like a horror game or something. So it's like I'm gonna be, I don't know. I feel like I'm so close to being at even like a vaguely presentable point, but I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna complete, and then maybe if I pick up the pace, maybe if I really do this, I can get it done for my next for my next anniversary. I think that'd be really good. Am I winning, Goofy? I mean, yes. Yes, I am. I'm winning so much. I'm winning so much. Look at me. Look at me. That's a rhetorical question, right? Right? I'm really hoping that I can get this done for next year for my anniversary, which is in the cold months. The cold months. March? January? February? Maybe it's February. I don't... What the fuck's time? I don't know. And then I could have new model and work on sets. And one day, you guys, one day I'm gonna be like a real VTuber, like all the cool guys, with all their cool stuff, all their theming and their branding. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm very excited. One day. But until then, blah. I remain like this. Slightly diminished, but hopefully still potent. Time do be confusing new model hype. Yeah. This model is going to take me a year to do, and I hope it feeds me in the way that I need to be fed. I hope that when I finish this model, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to make a new model for a long time. I could do new outfits. I could do new accessories. But I'm hoping that I'll be happy with my bones, with my face, with my colors, with all that stuff. Because that's really what causes me to switch up my models. Can't wait for the new model to drop. Me neither. It's the same on both sides. I'm so excited. But unfortunately for me, I do actually have to work. I do have to work for it to be done. I can't just sit back and relax. The hunger is real. It is indeed. I'm so hungry. Soon. Hopefully I'm not just blowing smoke out of my ass. I was actually, whenever I talk about I'm working on my new model. When I'm working on the model on stream and we raid somebody else, they're like, oh, which version of your model is that, Goofy? So in a couple of places it was labeled 3, but I was like, 3? Is it 3? Is it 2? Is it 4? Surely this is the model I started with. I think I figured it out. I think I figured out the versioning of it. So at first, I was a 3-dimensional being. I had all my fingers wiggly. I had full rotation. And like there were a couple of different versions of that with like tweaks to my hairstyle and stuff like that. But there wasn't anything like very big. And then after I got my 3rd dimension stolen, I had a V1 of Goofy that I have forgotten about. I straight up forgot about until I was looking around. Oh, let's pull up Life 2D. Let's do a walk through the past. Why not? was doing this last week, and I was like, wow. Wow. Da, 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 da. All right. So, let's see here. Version 1. I've got like a proto version. For everybody who draws art or wants to and is always like intimidated, I think, do I want to show this? Do I want to show this? It's so bad. It's so bad. Every artist has an off day when they can do something that, for their level, is a deep regression. A deep, deep, deep regression. And I've got a model version 0 where I was like working on rigging it. And then I was like, no, this looks like a fucking pug dog. This is not good. I don't know what I was thinking when I drew this. It's so bad. I'll show it to you guys. Ugh. Screen show. Show. Good. Come on. Oh, it's behind, right? Okay, here we go. Here's my ugly, ugly, ugly version 0 prototype Goofy. Oh, it's so bad. I hate it. I dislike it. The eyes are so far apart. Look at me. Not even the movement. Like the movement, I don't care because this was like the first time I'd done live 2D in like 4 years or whatever. I'll give myself a break, but oh man, bad. I think I had a stroke while I was drawing this. I got very, very, I didn't get even very far in, and then I was like, no, this is bad. No. Still cute. I guess if you squint your eyes and drink 3 beers at night. Potentially. For me, this is just like the idea that I drew this at this point in my life where I like to consider myself much farther in my artistic journey. Or this hurts. I could have drawn a better face at, I want to say, age 19. And that was 11 years ago. Or more. It was a while ago. And this is just like a very deep artistic regression for me. But I think it helped me like have a vague idea of what I needed to do. And I'll go with that. Let me see here. So what was version 1? Version 1, I'm glad you asked me. Version 1 was something that I actually used on streams and I forgot about. I straight up forgot that I had this, that I have ever streamed in this outfit. But this was my original outfit. My original bee face. So this is an outfit that you can see my current one is kind of like a stylistic evolution here. Hey, what up? Why your face look like that? What's wrong with you? Well, get back here. Why you like that? What's your problem? Yeah, you better look ashamed. You're a freak. You little weirdo. You little weirdo. Get back here. Just running away. All right. Can't take it, huh? You'll never be a streamer if you don't learn to take a little abuse. You like the star behind her head? We've come so far. Yeah. I really liked, like, my original outfit. I had a bun. Believe it or not, my hair is in a bun here. And it kind of worked with 3D. But with 2D, I kind of realized very quickly, nobody can see that. Nobody has a single clue what the fuck's going on with my head. So I've been in a state of trying to redesign part of my hairstyle ever since then. We've come so far. We have indeed. Building your own self is very meta. Yeah, I'm my own parents. Exactly. It's it's like looking into a mirror and then stripping your own skin down to the bones and moving your bones around. But as you can see, like, I'm still using the same base body for this. I think I even still have still the same pants. Got different shoes, and I like, okay, like you can see, like, I've got so much more movement, right? But it's the same, barely wiggling back and forth versus this. I've come so far. But, like, it's the same idea. It's the same base flavor. And I streamed with this for, I think I want to say, maybe... Time has no meaning. 3 months? 4 months? 5? Maybe not 5 months. Maybe not. I don't want to imagine that I streamed with this for 5 months. I want to imagine that, because it takes a very short amount of time for me to be like, I want to fix it. I want to make it better. Usually as soon as I finish creating something and I put it up for people to see, I'm like, I want to fix it. I want to make it better. So I think very quickly after this, I redid my bones and I made myself move back and forward a little bit better. Quite a while. And the 3D one before that. Was it? I mean, okay. Was I streaming with 3D on Twitch? Because I started on YouTube. I started on YouTube as a proper VTuber. And then every single time I streamed on YouTube, somebody in my chat was like, yo, Goofy, what? You should probably have a look at Twitch. And I was like, you sure? Everybody I've seen says VTubers stream on YouTube. And they're like, no, trust me. Go over to Twitch. It's much nicer there. So I did. I followed the instructions. It's cool to see the progression. Yeah, it really is. This is babies first, slightly moving from side to side. And then I updated the body to be like this, but the head was still mouthful of bees, Goofy. And then while I was working on my new version, I was like, I need to apply some ice. I need to apply some ice to my face. So my current face. This was done while I was working on my new... Here, let's pull it up. My new model. My model, air quotes 3, but actually like 4. Or maybe even 5. No, probably just 4. Yeah. And so what I really want, like you can see my body, my current body. I've had my current body for a while. I've just improved on the animations, and I've swapped out parts that I didn't like anymore. So I'm hoping with this new model, I'll be able to do the same thing, where the base body is going to last me a long time, and the head's going to last me a long time. So I'm putting a lot of effort into making it as satisfactory as physically possible. And then from there, I can swap out parts, but it'll be the same little clown underneath. And I see bigger VTubers who are also constantly in the cycle of recreating themselves. If you have the power, the temptation is so strong. I see them and I'm like, you're like me, but faster. I feel like I could be that fast, but I'd have to sacrifice streaming. That's what I have to do. I'd have to not stream for a couple of weekends. And I don't want to do that. Because, like, having a new self is all very, fine and dandy. But I'm a VTuber, so I can stream. And if I end up not streaming so that I can have a faster update to my model so I can stream again, maybe I can just stream instead. That's my thought process anyway. I think it's a pretty good one. All right, let's put back on the music. Whack. I was wondering if we want to watch like. I used to do streams on Picarto, private streams, secret streams on Picarto, and what I do is we'd watch a video as I draw, you know, the ancient aliens. I like putting on conspiracy theories. Those were always fun. Or like Ross's Game Dungeon. Some good chonky videos to have in the background, but talking works as well. And I'm not even this stream, I'm not even trying to get anything done. We don't have any goals. I don't have any milestones I want to reach. I don't even have anything that I want to draw specifically. So chatting works just fine. I was thinking though, I've got a few ideas in my mind, a few options. And I'd say I'll put it to you guys, but I don't. If you guys don't want to make a fucking choice, that's perfectly fine. I know, like, sometimes I'm watching a stream and the streamer's like, "What do you think, chat?" And I'm like, I don't want to type in the chat box. I'm just here to watch. It's your job to use your brain. Chatting is always chill. Yeah. So I have a few options. I could continue. I was doing I did this one stream before where basically I was like, I want to Ha0nk planets. I want to make planets into characters. I'd say like anime stereotype characters, but I don't think I have the knowledge of modern character types. I don't think I can claim to have the ability to distinguish. But that was like I did one before. It was Pluto, and Pluto was like sporty. No, Mercury. Here she is. Pluto's not a planet, is it? Wait, was Pluto the one that was kicked out, or was that another one? I don't remember. Anyway, so this is one option, and it's very much just like Goofy browses fashion websites for 35 to 40 minutes talking about fashion brands. Another option is Monster Girls. We can pull up some generators, and like, you know, there's always like a ton of generators where you can use to like create, where it spits out like, this is a blah blah blah, she likes blah 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 and blah blah blah. We could try drawing some of those. Pluto is back again? Oh, really? Redemption arc for Pluto? Damn. What happened? I heard that it was like, oh, well, actually, there's a bunch of satellites around other planets that are 8 times larger than Pluto, so Pluto can get the fuck out. It's not a planet. How did NASA cave under years of bullying and be like, fine, Pluto can be a planet again. Leave us alone. The paranormal ancient alien stuff is always fun. Yeah, it's fun, but I usually tended to watch independently created stuff on YouTube that hadn't been put on a major streaming site. So at the end of the day, it was always kind of playing chicken with listening to some depressing opinions on like real life people based off of, oh, you know, ethnicity, gender, sexuality, and all that, religion, stuff like that. So it's like half of it was like, of course the world used to be 80 times larger and vegan, my dude, of course. And then it's like, oh no, skip through this. Pluto's still a planet to me. Pluto will never forget you, Shatter. Pluto was way too small for Earth. Maybe they just felt bad about it. Wait. Let's see. Let's see. I'm really curious now. Pluto. Pluto. Not that one. I never watched any kind of Disney properties when I was growing. When I was, any age, really. So, whenever people are like, Goofy, you mean like Disney Goofy? I'm like, man, does Disney have that much of a grasp on the population of this society? Apparently it does. Apparently I miscalculated. Apparently it does. Apparently Disney owns you all in his iron grasp. Grasp. Grip slash grasp. Look, when I talk, I'm really economical. I'm always just taking all the words I want to say and combining them down into one snappy, easily rememberable new term that you can just insert into the English language, and you will know exactly what I'm talking about. His grasp. His death grasp, exactly. I don't know if you've seen it, but Nuke's Top 5 is kind of fun background noise. I have not seen Nuke. I have never seen Nuke. Today I was watching, apparently a lot of people haven't seen Jenny Nicholson. Or a lot of people in my watch demographic have not watched her. I mean, I guess that's understandable. But I know a lot of people know fucking Defunct Land, and she is fairly close to the Defunct Land creator. I think he did a voiceover in her newest video, which is all about a theme park, which is very bad. Her videos are great. Yeah. I was trying to get through her current 4-hour-long breakdown on some theme park. I don't remember the name before stream, but I still have like an hour and 30 minutes to go. It's a chonker. Hello everyone, what's poppin'? Pluto, apparently. Pluto is popping back into the list of planets. Okay, it's a minor planet. It's a minor planet. They've made a concession for the Pluto fans, and they've labeled it as a minor planet now. I'm trying to figure out why it's back in, huh? Yeah, so in 2006, they kicked it out. Many planetary astronomers, however, consider Pluto and other dwarf planets to be planets. So is it officially a planet? Or is it a short king planet? Dwarf planet. Trans-Neptunian object. Ooh, it's subordinate to Neptune. My brain's immediately like, okay, so for the VVN dating game where you fuck the planets, Pluto is like Neptune's assistant or like friend, and Neptune's always been the one in charge, and Pluto like resents Neptune and wants to be seen and loved on their own, but Neptune's bigger personality always takes up the room, right? I love the idea of Pluto being a short king. Well, how else would Pluto be categorized? Size equals height. Planet X disproved. Classification. Okay, it doesn't look like there was any recent reintroduction into the planets. It's just Pluto is dwarf planet. Not the Bluto shit? I don't know what you mean by the Bluto shit. I have no idea. I am outside of the flat earth discussion groups. Which clearly means I'm in the wrong discussion groups. What the heck? Also, let me move the chat dance. You guys can dance. You're not being blocked by it. Congratulations on your victory. Mitsuda boy. Enjoy your spook. Oh, shit! I forgot to get rid of the Halloween rewards. Alright. You've got one more stream where you can win Halloween rewards for the Battle Royale and the Gem Stars. But after this stream, it'll be gone. One more. One more. Just because I forgot. There we go. Remember the manga of post-apocalyptic Earth and the Gajiki planets? What manga is that? I've never heard of it before. I am blissfully unaware of the entire isekai genre, so if it's in there, I've got no clue. And I'm happy about it. Brand, you're calling out the round earthers? Yeah, fuck the round earthers. Don't you know time is a 4-day cube? Cube earthers, let's go. Yeah. I wonder if Time Cube's still up. Maybe it's being rehosted by some people, because I know the original guy who realized the truth of our reality of Time Cube is no longer with us. He has passed on to another cube in another life. What about Pyramid Earthers? Those guys are nuts. Those guys are nuts. Earth is a 4-day harmonic time cube. And anybody else is just being silly. It's called Madawani Hoshi. Is it good? Is it good? Not isekai though. Good. That. I cannot say I have much respect for the isekai genre. How do they build the Pyramid Earth aliens? I mean, I guess, but what's underneath the pyramid, huh? Is it turtles all the way down? What the fuck's up with that? It's just not well thought out. Unlike Time Cube. Dodecahedron is taking it a little too far. Yeah, what's up with them? He quite liked it. The author's humor is really funny to me. Ooh, nice. That's good. I think the last funny comic I read was the last funny comic I ever read in my entire life. Every other comic I've read after that was very serious. Very, very serious. Was Gintama. Ow, why are you throwing hearts at me? What the fuck? I can't eat those. I can't eat human hearts. Ow. I can only digest pies. I have found more things out that I forgot to change over from Halloween. I switched my backgrounds over and I was like, I'm done. Everything is set up now. We're good. We are ready to go. Gintama do be hilarious. The problem with Gintama, which is less the problem with Gintama and more my me problem. I can't digest any of those. Is that it keeps going. I like stories that end within 5 years of the start of publication. Call me impatient, but when there's any series that goes on for like 6+ years, I find my attention just, I can't sustain it. I cannot sustain it. Pretend they're pies. Thank you. 250 chapters. Yeah, or like even TV shows. Like Archer, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it for many a year. And then I was like, okay, I am done with Archer now. I'm ready for it to wrap up. And it just didn't happen. It just kept going. A lot of animes be like that. Yeah, yeah. Anime and mangas and TV shows and webcomics. And presumably, and Western comics as well. There are some Western comics that I enjoy that have been going on for a very long time. A very, very long time. But the stories that do that kind of stuff that I can remain invested in. Actually, no, I was gonna say segment them off into different stories like JoJo, but not really. I don't think I'm good at like keeping up with stuff. It's like when it ends, I can go back and I can read it, and I can be like, okay, there we go. But if it never ends, then I never go back and read it. I'm always waiting for it to end so I can go back and I can consume it in its whole, in its entirety. And if something's been going on for 20 years, it just doesn't happen. The opportunity never arrives. You stop Archusida's coma plots? Yeah. Being like whole seasons? Yeah. I think I got to the like Indiana Jones parody one, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm tired. I want, like, the whole thing about Archer is like it was funny and it was standalone, but there was some ongoing plot and narrative being woven through it. There was something there. Coma plots, that literally can't happen because it's Archer in a coma having little fantasy adventures. Like JoJo. Yeah. I liked I read the old JoJos back in the day before the TV show came out. Before I ever saw anybody talking about JoJo online. I read the earlier stories, and I was like, I really like them. I really like how they complete and how they finish, and then it moves on to a new character, and they like start again at the lowest power rung. They've solved, like, I was like, oh shit, they've kind of low-key solved Shonen's power creep issue, because every time it starts out, there's a new character who has to figure out his magic blasty powers from the ground up again. Risky joke time. Well, enjoy your risky joke. Very funny, I'm most sure. But it's like 4 lines long and I can't read that much. Something. Your legs. Applause. Rip One Piece. Oh. You know, I guess we're gonna do another fucking anime rant. I had one stream a long time ago where the whole thing was like, I was like, I haven't had energy drinks in like 5 years. I'm gonna have an energy drink and we're just gonna chat. And then I did like a 3-hour deep dive into anime and manga. I just blacked out. And then I came to at the end and we were on some Google search page and I was like, oh, I hope that was a good stream for you guys. Have a great evening. Bye. Also, hey W, Ha0nk, how's it going? Welcome. I will moisturize and I will stretch and squish. I've got some matcha tea here that is stone cold now. That should still be good. Yum, delicious. It's like, it's not really matcha tea. Anybody who actually drinks matcha would shank me with a knife, knowing that what I was describing I was describing this sugary concoction as matcha tea. It's sugar and it's artificial flavoring and it's matcha at the end, at the very last note. Doing good, open, doing good too. Yeah. Hell yeah. Same doing good. Moisturize? I'm drinking hand moisturizer or something? Yeah, I moisturize my insides. How do you keep your insides wet? What, do you drink water or some shit like that? That's so fucked up, man. It's like hot chocolate, but matcha. Yeah, yeah. So like 0.1% matcha. Basically, yeah. It's I have real matcha powder, and then I have sugar flavored matcha powder, and it's so funny. Like the difference in preparing them with this stuff. Like, I'll put it in some hot water and I'll shake the glass around and it will dissolve into the hot water. There's like no matcha. It's all sugar crystals. And then for the actual matcha, I have to spend time whisking it. And it's completely different viscosity and everything at the end. It's so different. It's even the powder is like completely different shades of green. It's great. It's great. Water is so basic. Imagine imagine drinking water. It's a kind of health nut. Have you seen those gigantic water bottles where it's trying to get you to drink like 200 I don't know, liters of water a day, and there's like little motivational slogans on the side like keep it up, you dumb fuck, you can do it, drink more, come on, coward, what's wrong with you? You're what's out now, huh? Yeah, freak. Or I guess that's one way to flush yourself. But you like water? I mean, I guess it can have its benefits. I guess. You got like a 5-liter one. It'll take you a couple of days. Maybe it wasn't a 200-liter one then. So it's the ones that are big enough that like they have to write motivational slogans on the side, otherwise people start to flag. I read an article once where it was like, how much water do you need? Do you actually need? And it was and they were like they were doing an interview with a doctor, and a doctor was like, well, basically, if you feel thirsty, drink water. If you don't feel thirsty, don't drink water. And you'll get enough water. Coffee counts. Tea counts. Juice counts. As long as you don't feel thirsty anymore, you've had enough water. Drinking more water than that will provide you with the benefit of spending more time in the washroom. It's great. It was a very fun read. Is it too much water bad for you? Water poison? No, I mean maybe like you start to dissolve because blood. I'm pretty sure humans are like 99% water anyway. So if you drink enough, don't you just tip to 100 and then you dissolve like the witch in Wizard of Oz? Right? That's how it works. Salt water does not count. Well, yeah, but you'll not. Apparently, you won't feel your thirst slackened when you drink salt water. Apparently, according to Doctor on Internet, which is best source. I love internet. Internet Neville lives. Neville lives to me. Neither does diluted water. What's diluted water? What's diluted water? That sounds like water. Could have sworn you remember a story about a water drinking contest many moons ago and a lady died. What? Maybe her internal organs just ruptured because she had so much water inside her. Maybe her stomach went pop. That's what happened to that lady that died during that high-grade radio show game she turned to Steven evaporated. Yeah, and everybody was just like, rapture? And that's why everybody got really confused and thought the rapture was happening a whole bunch of times in a row. Not diluted, pure water. I don't remember how it's called. Pure water. Wikipedia. Guide me. Pure water is water that has been mechanically filtered or processed to remove impurities and make it suitable for use. Except for drinking. Wait. Developer tools. Well, nope. Come on. Boop. Where is it? For use. Use. Except for drinking. Don't drink that. There we go. Now it is accurate. Learning how to edit Wikipedia? Yeah. Enjoy my Wikipedia hacks tutorial. All you need to do is press the button and then open the thing on the side and then hit the button on the thing on the side and then move the thing down the side outside and then you can type things in the thing inside and then it changes the stuff inside. She took me for I guess you could say she's dying for a piss. I'm sorry, lady. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. I hope her family got the game console. All right. Commercial beverage industry. They're poisoning us. They're poisoning us. They're giving us purified water in our drinks. That's not good. Surprise! The more you know. I bet if she was alive, she'd be pissed. Yeah, she probably would be pissed at that joke. Yeah. I would agree. We're really just taking the piss out of her death. Her tragic, tragic death. Well, okay, according to Big Water, purified water is air quotes drinkable and air quotes not going to kill you. So let's try diluted water. Diluted water does not exist. Bad, no drink, water. Yeah, never drink out of drinking fountains. That is indeed bad, no drink water. Bad, no drink water. The list comprises of a drinking fountain, water gotten from a drinking fountain, drinking water, water that you should use for drinking, and cocaine. I'll be writing this down, class. There's a test on it later. I wonder when she reached a certain point, anyone told her, "You're in trouble." Maybe they did, but she couldn't listen to. She didn't hear them. She didn't hear them. Tragic. Try searching Omegaverse. Oh, you guys want a lesson on ABO? We could do a stream up there where I educate you guys on the entire history of ABO and where it came from. It's very different from Omega Mart. Two entirely different things. Do not get them mixed up. When you think it was distilled, but just H2O without minerals. So it's the minerals in the water that keep you alive? Oh, brother, just go lick a piece of salt. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't that work? Why do you gotta dilute it and drink it first? I love me some capacitive deionization fluid consumption. Delicious. Reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis is water purification process that uses a partially permeable membrane to separate ions, unwanted molecules, and larger particles from drinking water. Reverse osmosis is an applied pressure used to overcome osmotic pressure. A clunky property that is derived from chemical potent differences of the solvent, a thermodynamic parameter. Reverse osmosis could be removed many types of dissolved and suspended chemical species as well as biological ones, primarily bacteria. Principally? Why not primarily? My one better. Wikipedia wrong. From water, and it's used in both industrial processes and the production of drug water, potable water. Well, it seems that they make drinkable water through reverse osmosis, or whatever bullshit Nivea is selling us now to get us to consume their poisonous juices. Do you guys know about the big, like, the bottled water scandal in the UK, where an American company came over and tried to get British people. I don't have any kind of like beep on my soundboard, so I can't star that out. British people to drink bottled water, and it went wrong. It went very, very wrong. Because I know in the UK there is not much of a culture around drinking bottled water, or maybe there wasn't back then. Maybe it's finally kicked in now. British, yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. I never drink bottled water unless I'm like in a place where I need water, and there's no taps, but there are bottled waters, because I live in a place where I can drink water from the tap in most buildings and not start turning green. It's a privilege. Even in North America, it's a fucking privilege. Lucky. Yeah. It's wild to think. I mean, if you're in a place where you can't drink water from the taps, it's not wild to think. It's like, no, this is my life. But in cities where you can, it's like, wow, really? People live like that? You have to pay to be able to drink water? Like, huh? Damn. You like you just got duped as a kid. You can't find anything about this anymore. Yeah, you might have indeed been gaslit, girl bossed, gate kept from drinking water. Maybe all they had was like high fructose corn syrup, blast juice, super squash flavored, and they were like, actually, this is the healthier option, because if you drink water, you're gonna fucking die. Just to like convince people that what they had was indeed the better offer. Remember back in Canada, you grew up in a city that used natural well water, and man, that was the best quality tap water you've ever had. I think my favorite, I was like shitting on water repeatedly maybe 4 minutes ago. My favorite tap water is tap water that is passed over limestone, because it gives it a sweetness to it that is very quenching and refreshing. That's what toilets are for, shitting on water. Thankfully, I am not a toilet, I am a clown, so I can reverse my stance and talk about the benefits of limestone. I have been in some places with nasty tasting water, though. Nasty. But never like... I'd say like the limestone water was, for me, delicious. But maybe it was not as delicious as natural well water. One thing that was really good was I had fresh milk in glass bottles delivered to my domicile every week. Every week on Monday, I would get milk in glass bottles with like the wax paper seal on the top. And that spoiled me. Because after I could no longer get that milk, all other milk, grocery store milk, tasted really, really gross. Really, like, nasty in comparison. In comparison. It tasted like weird, like sour, milky water. Like you had milk in the container before, and you washed it out with some water, and you left the water in there, and then like maybe you put in some lemon juice. Living in the 50s, you know it. I said I was a hag. I didn't say how much. No. No, it's still available. It's still available in some places. And people who get it are lucky as fuck. So lucky. So lucky. All you got is Aquafina gas water here. Blah. 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 You never had anything that fancy. You always just get those large jugs of 2%. Jugs? Why not get them in bags? I remember people used to be so confused by the concept of bagged milk, and I never see it anymore. I never see bagged milk anymore. Maybe I'm just not looking properly. But it's all carton milk now. You remember that meme? Yeah, bags of milk? Milk in bags? What? You drink milk from the bag? Yeah. You cut a little slit at the top, and you latch onto it like you are a newly born babe nestled at your mother's bosom. And then you just chug an entire 2-liter bottle of bag of milk. Like a Capri Sun. Exactly. Bags weren't all that big on the West Coast. We get them occasionally, but not often. It makes sense. But also, if you're trying to cut down on, like, plastic waste, it does not make sense. Like, I don't know what these cartons are made out of. Theoretically, it's some kind of paper. But it does not feel like paper. I mean, you think even waxed paper would not feel like how these cartons feel. But I guess in general, this is just like a lot of plastic. Capri Sun milk sounds like it could be fun. Oh, I don't know what flavors Capri Suns come in. I've only seen them. I have never witnessed them in reality. I've never interfaced with a Capri Sun. Let's go with that. But if you could combine like a fruit drink and a milk, Lassie is so good. Lassie has, I mean, like, you'd think, when you think of like combining milk and a fruit drink, you'd be like, ooh, wouldn't it curdle? Wouldn't it be gross? But like, fruit flavored milk is very good. Very good. Very delicious. Use like a tropical / fruit punch. Yeah, okay, that doesn't sound good. That works perfectly in my head. You have the urge to poke holes in all of them? I mean, yeah, but like, wouldn't you have the urge to poke holes in box milk as well? That's what those things are, right? Boxes. Curtains! Carton milk. You just need a sharp enough thing. And I think it might be even easier to poke holes in cartons of milk because they're rigid and they're stiff. With a bag, you poke at it and it just moves with your finger. They're not filled up to the point of bursting. That's not how they're done. As you can see, there's plenty of air. Like, that's a big air pocket right there. So they're not like balloons ripe for bursting. Okay, let's see here. I'm like, does it say anywhere that they're falling out of favor? Ooh, Whoa! Look at that prized milk bag. I love how he's lifting it up to show it off like it's a fish he pulled out of a river. Oh my god, Israeli milk bags are so stylish. What the fuck? How come they get the cool patterns and we get like milk bag full of milk? You don't have fingers that sharp. Ah, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. You might break a nail. Milk bags are sold in parts of Ontario, Quebec, and the Maritimes, but not widely sold in Western Canada or Newfoundland and Labrador. Why? Why? Why have Newfoundland and Labrador not let milk bags into their hearts? Is Newfoundland and Labrador in West Canada? My grasp on geography is like, yeah, there's some land over there, presumably. It's like, I know what the continent vaguely looks like in terms of like drawing it on a globe, but anything more detailed than that, and it starts getting fuzzy. You're on the East Coast. Whoops. Whoops. I've been to one of the coasts. No, I've been to both the coasts. What am I saying? What am I saying? But only briefly. I prefer staying in the middle. That way, if like the land starts to tilt, I won't slide off into the water. It's very dangerous out there. Okay, that's all. I'm milk bags done. Tired of milk bags. No more milk bags. Flat is justice. You always remember Newfoundland exists, but you forget Labrador is a province. The only parts of Canada that I regularly remember are like Ontario, Quebec. Okay. There's so there's this thing in Canada. I don't know if it's still ongoing. I assume it is, where it's like everybody who doesn't live in Ontario and Quebec is mad at Ontario and Quebec. Because everybody in Ontario and Quebec only thinks about Ontario and Quebec. They're like, we're part of Canada too, you assholes. How come we never get anything? How come all of Canada is dedicated to sponsoring the existence of Ontario and Quebec? Huh? What the fuck's up with that? And like, you heard what I just said. That's all I know. So I can't disagree. I can't. No one should ever willingly remember Ontario. Whenever I look over at Ontario and seeing what they're doing, I'm like, oh no, baby, what is you doing? All the teachers on strike because no money in education? A worm. Every single student in Ontario testing worse now, and all the tests are they've got this thing going on where it's like they're inflating all the marks for the kids graduating out of the schools so they can get into better colleges when they're doing as equally good or worse than they used to. And like all the kindergarten kids can't do math or write now. It's great. They're doing fine. They're doing great. It's okay. It's perfect. It's definitely not on fire. You've been to Montreal? Really weird seeing places like Walmart and McDonald's in 100% French. Yeah. It's Montreal's fairly bilingual, but not from reading. But if you go up to somebody and you speak to them, like they respond in English. They can respond in English. They know. Cannot wait to have enough money to move away from here. Any day now. You'd be free to go somewhere else. I don't know. I used to be like, oh, I guess if people want to move somewhere else, they could go to like a European. We're back to piss jokes already. A European country like Norway or Scandinavia, but now they've got energy woes over there, education woes over here. I'm stuck in the middle with you. It's the entire Earth's on fire. It's fine. Once we hit our accelerated upcoming ice age, all the fires will go out again. It's the circle of life. 3 dead trolls in a bag. He wrote the Toronto song where they explain why Toronto sucks. It's commonly misattributed to being written by the Arrogant Worms. Well, the Arrogant Worms are like the Canadian comedy band, right? They wrote, for all of you people who are not from Canada, I apologize for the curse that is your life. and now we're gonna listen to the Arrogant Worms. With an H. With an H. There we are. Let's see here. Canada is really big. Here you go. Here we go. Let's have some Canadian pride. Ugh. Ah. Ah. It's great.
We're very patriotic Canadians, and so we'd like to take
so
a
quiet.
moment to do our national anthem that we wrote. When I look around me, I can't believe what I see. It seems as if this country has lost its will to live. The economy is lousy, we barely have an army, but we can still stand proudly, cause Canada's really big. We're the second largest country on this planet Earth. And if Russia keeps on shrinking, then soon we'll be first.
As long as we keep Quebec, the USA has tanks. And Switzerland,
Oh, the laugh track.
keep them thanks. They just don't amount. Cause when you get down to it, you find out what the truth is. It isn't what you do with it, it's the size that counts. So people will tell you that France is pretty
Penis joke.
hard, but you can put 14 Frances into this land of
they
ours.
take a lot of work. They take a whole lot of work. We're larger than Malaysia, almost as big as Asia. We're bigger than Australia, and it's a continent. So big we seldom bother to go see one another, though we often go to other countries for vacations.
I like how they put a little person for the scream.
Our prairies are not, the rest is kind of bumpy, but man, do we have a lot.
We got a lot of land. We got a whole lot of land. So stand up and be proud.
You're scared. It's fine. Look, look. Oh. Ah. Wait, where's the rocks and trees? Was that the wrong one? How many songs do they have about this fucking country? Well, let's get something more global.
Okay.
I've never beaten this game. Maybe I could do that one time on stream. I don't know how good I am at platformers. This is a platformer, right? The rocks and trees was for something else. Fuck. 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 That's unfortunate. I could... When you've got so many songs that are like, oh, Canada, that people can't keep track of which is which. We go to Donkey Kong time? I kind of want to. I kind of want to Donkey Kong. I remember trying this game as a little baby, and this is before I understood game mechanics, so I just kind of like ran around in a circle, and that's about it. I don't think I left like the starting area. Donkey Kong. But I listened to the rap as many times as I could. This was the same time where I couldn't beat Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time because I went to the first zone and I was like, oh, this is scary. No. And then I just went back to Kakariko Village and ran around. So I was not equipped to play any of these games. I absolutely was not. I bet I could beat this game now. I bet I could. I bet. You know, I could set up my. This came on Nintendo 64, right? This is Nintendo 64. I could set up my physical Nintendo 64 and get my capture card out. Should have broken me as a child. Probably. Yeah. I remember we also had access to Rayman as well. And that was another game where I was like, look, I'm moving the character around in a 3D space. Wow, this is so fun. And I just run around in a circle.
It's the last member of the DK crew. This song so strong, it isn't.
He's beautiful. He's beautiful. Oh. This reminds me. I do what I want. Yeah. I do whatever the fuck I want. You know, I was talking about like drawing today, but speaking of do what I want, speaking of, I can show you guys some of the stuff I found on my old hard disks, my old soft disks, my old regular strength discs. I only looked at a little bit, but I found a lot of games. I found a lot of games that we could try playing. Some of them I recognize, some of them I do not. So I showed one already. It was like Princess Diaries. No, it wasn't Princess Diaries. It was something. Princess something. It was okay. It was by the same people who did let me pull up my Steam. I'm gonna go through the exact same process of finding it as I did last time. That should work. Just retrace my steps. This is a very, very, very ancient looking game. You'll look at this and you'll be like, when did this come out? And it came out surprisingly, air quotes, recently, in comparison to how it looks. Magic. No, princess. Queen. Long live the queen? Long live the queen. Okay, so Long Live the Queen was published by the same developer. Okay, developer. It was developed and was published by the same people who made this other game. Let's see here. Ha0nk Games, Wikipedia. Cute Night. Cute Night. Here it is. Here's the first game that I found in my external CD-ROMs that I recovered from the deep bowels of a pit out behind my house. Look at this. Look at this absolute piece of gaming history. I want to try this on the stream. I don't imagine it would take up a 3-hour stream. I imagine my attention span would start to strain after I repeatedly died, because this feels like a game that is very unbalanced, and you will just like, you will suffer repeatedly through it. You know, it's got those vibes. You say you do whatever the hell you want every other session. That's good. That's the Ron Swanson life. You have fun, you choose what you want, and then you just do it. And everybody else is here for a ride. You know, like, we're the second screen entertainment. We should be able to choose our form of punishment. Right? Work went badly today. What a mood. Oh no. Mood how? Oh, that's right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me tell you guys. You guys might have noticed I posted a comic on my Twitter. If you don't go on Twitter, I don't blame you. I don't fucking blame you. So my job at the Brain Factory have been threatening me with a Mac. Right now I work on Linux for development because it's a choice between Linux and Mac for computer development. Nobody develops on Windows. And Linux has a learning curve, and I did delete my entire computer's hard drive once, but at the end of the day, it was fairly easy to get into, and it has a few features on it that I genuinely wish Windows had. It never hurt me to transition over to it. They're still trying to push the Mac angle. So 2 weeks ago, they were like, it's time. We need to switch over to Mac. We need to do it now. You have to come into the office. You have to leave your cave, and you've got to travel all the fucking way to the office. No, wait, it was 4 weeks ago. And your Mac will be ready for you, and you can pick it up, and you can bring it home, and then you can get all your stuff set up and running, and then you need to wipe your existing Linux machine, and you got to bring it in. And I was like, oh, okay, fine, whatever. Not like I have a choice or anything. Fine. I went in, and it did not work. Nothing was set up properly. I didn't have permission to install any programs. I was trying to install Slack. I was trying to install basic tools that I needed, and it was like, you need administrative access. And I was showing it to the tech guy, and I was like, what? Nothing's fucking working. And he was like, bring it home. It's okay. We'll get it sorted out. And then our CTO came over and was like, what's the matter? And I showed him, and he's like, this has not been set up properly at all. We'll set it up again. Come back in 2 weeks. It'll be ready for you. A Mac PC? A Mac. Can you call a Mac a PC? I thought PC was Windows only. I thought Mac, you're not supposed to say PC. You're supposed to say Think Cube. I don't know. And so I went back. No, and this part of the story was relatively painless. This is not the part that drove me to sit in a corner and dislocate my head repeatedly for half an hour. I come back in 2 weeks. It looks okay. It looks like it's set up fine. I'm like, okay, good. I bring it home, and then I spend a week and a half trying to get my environment working. A week and a half of nothing but nonstop going to Stack Overflow and being like, what does this error mean in Maven? What does this error mean in Java? I'm primarily a front-end developer. I work with JavaScript and React, and these are different programming languages that you use to build the visual front end of a website application. So you've got your front end, which is what runs and executes in the browser of the person who has gone to the web page. And then the back end is the databases and everything that's done to set up this page to send it to you over the network. I'm getting more into the back end stuff because we are a small team, and when you are a small team, you have to be a full stack developer, which means you have to do everything. But there were errors that were far beyond my level of technical knowledge. A Mac is a personal computer. Apple is just stupid. How dare you? How dare you? That's a long time. I spent 3 days. So, you guys, are you aware of certificates, browser certificates? Let's see, we got certificate, not browser certificate, website certificates. Site settings, connection secure. Certificate is valid. So, this is a website certificate. It is signed by a third-party company whose job it is to create these certificates, which basically say Twitter.com is indeed a legitimate website. that was created by Twitter Inc. You are on the right website. This is not like a fake copy of Twitter that is trying to steal your password. Ooh, they're signed by Digicert. Oh, this was part of the Jenny Nicholson video I was watching earlier. Oh! If you ever watched that video, you will know that the theme park that is failing that she's spending 3-4 hours talking about was made by the same guy who made Digicert. Anyway. Steering us back on topic. So this process of getting a certificate costs money, takes time, and I think you need a certificate to have an HTTPS connection, which is kind of like being enforced as the required connection now on all browsers, because it's secure. HTTP and HTTPS, it's like the same thing, but S is like, it's got layers of security that HTTP doesn't have. I don't know. I'm not technically trained in anything. I am completely self-taught in everything, and I am not self-taught in this. It's security. It's security stuff to make sure bad people don't see the information you are sending on the internet from the front end to the back end of these websites. So what people will do is when they are developing products and they are testing things entirely on a local environment where they have the back end and the front end running on their local machine rather than the data being sent over the internet to another machine somewhere else that has the back end running on it, is they will create a self-signed certificate, which is a certificate that says, yes, this is legitimate. I promise because I signed it. And these self-signed certificates do not work in production. They do not work on like live sites like this, but they are generally good enough to get the job done when you are trying to develop on your own local computer. And what happens is Chrome will throw up a page saying, this site seems like sketchy, there's an error, the certificate is not valid, you probably don't want to go on this page, I'm sure it's nothing, don't worry about it, everything's gonna be fine, okay, normie who doesn't understand any of this stuff, just leave this page and come back later and it'll be fine. But for developers, you want to see the page, so there's usually a button that you can click to give a little advanced area where it's like it explains more about the error. And then usually on Linux, and I believe on Windows too, there's a button on that page saying, I know that this site is now insecure. The certificate is not signed by a trusted third-party certificate vendor. Take me to it anyway. And you can click on that, and it'll send you through to the site. Bada bing, bada boom, no issues, right? Right? On Mac, you don't get that button. On Mac, what you have to do is you have to type, like there's no input, there's no like place on the screen for you to type. You just have to have your like be selected on that window and type in either, I think, bad idea or this is unsafe, and hit enter. And then it will route you forward to that page. Nobody told me that this is what you have to do on a Mac computer. And everybody was all like, when I would go to other people being like, hey, do you know why this isn't working? They'd be like, nope, sorry, I don't have the same setup you have. I can't help you. They didn't even bother to read my fucking message. Because if they had, they would have been like, oh, you just need to type the words in and go to the page. I spent 6 days losing my fucking mind trying to figure out what was wrong with my setup, why the button wasn't there, why it wouldn't let me through the page. I was like, this must be a different error than the regular warning. There must be something wrong with my setup. There must be something wrong with my system. Why isn't the button that lets me through to the actual website there? I spent 6 days. 6 days trying to. Well, first up, I had to learn about everything, all these programs that some other people had set up that I was just supposed to run, and they were supposed to work. I had to spend hours reading through, slowly whittling down all the possible reasons that this thing could be going wrong. And then by chance, by complete luck, I stumbled upon them being some Stack Overflow thing being like, oh, you just need to type in, this is a bad idea, and hit enter, and then it will work. 6 days. 8 hours a day. I'm trying to figure this out. That's my, and and in the end I'm not on my Mac because a bunch of the other errors I couldn't figure out, and I ended up going to our CTO and being like, bro, I can't work on this. And he was like, oh, we can do a screen share, I'll fix it for you. We went on the screen share and he was like, I cannot fix this for you. Go back to your old computer. We'll figure it out later. So not only was that 6 days of trying to figure shit out when it was just like a simple environmental difference between Mac and Linux, but in the end, I couldn't even use the machine, and I am back on my old machine now. And when I first heard that we were going to be using Macs, I was like, oh, I don't want to have to learn two completely different keyboard setups. But then I was like, no, Goofy. Okay, you don't use Mac a lot, but it is used widely in development. So go into this with an open mind and as little hostility towards Macs as you can muster. Think of this as you're going to get a new computer that's light, that's portable, that's faster and less likely to explode than your current one. It's newer. It's quieter. You can carry it around in one hand. You don't have to strain every muscle in your body to lift it up. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. It's going to be fast. It's going to be efficient, and you're going to get used to it. And then you're going to be like, oh, I don't know why I made a fuss at all. That's how I tried to go into things. After the 2 weeks of trying to get it fixed up, I can now say, fuck Macs, fuck Macs, fuck Macs. They can all go to hell. They can burn in hell. For all I care. They can die. Progress, yeah, exactly. And that's my story. That's what inspired this. That's what made me need to calm down after work. It's great. It's great. I love it. I'm going to be shockingly on track because I actually remember what we were discussing before I went on this, 30 fucking minute tangent about Mac computers. I remember I was talking about all these old games that I have found on my external CD-ROMs that we could possibly play on stream. So first off, of course, we got Work Went Badly Today. The trap card that triggered my tangent. Ooh, alliteration. And everything else that I found so far is all ROMs for other games. This is the only game that was Windows created for. It was a PC game. Everything else, a lot of these I know. A lot of these I'm like, oh, Harvest Moon. Yeah, I played that. Well, we've got Magical Melody and we got 64. I've never played Harvest Moon 64, but I don't think Harvest Moon would be the best stream game because it's like it never fucking ends. It can go on for as long as actually. Was Harvest Moon 64 one with an actual ending? I know there were early Harvest Moons that had endings to them. There were ones where you had to get married and you had to have child. You had to breed. You had to complete the cycle. It was a requirement. There's Paper Mario. I really want to... I don't give a fuck about a lot of Mario. Platformers never really hooked me. Super Mario 64, it It does not tickle a single one of my bones. Paper Mario, I fucking love Paper Mario. I love the original. I love Thousand Years Door. And I love the third one. Whatever one that was. Gotta go, but thank you for streaming. You'll catch up on the VOD. Thank you for coming by, Mr. Frankenlurch. Have a good day. Or evening. Or morning. Yeah, I'll see you some other time. I think Thousand Years Door was like the second one. Yeah, it was like Game Square. that was from the Game Square. I've heard that all of the ones after that kind of tanked in quality. You remember that Wonderful Life had you even get older and even die of old age? Ooh, that sounds so... As long as everybody else in the village aged up, that would be amazing. A lot of my gripes about Harvest Moon, I was gonna say this earlier on stream, and I totally got fucking distracted by, I don't know, a shiny color or something. But I can come back to it. We're looping. We're repeating things. The opposite of love is not hate. Love and hate are the same thing. The opposite of love is apathy. There is the strong feelings, and then there is the apathetic feelings. And Harvest Moon, I have strong feelings for. I have very, very strong feelings for. It's a franchise where I feel like it's so close to being like a dream game. A dream game come true, made manifest. But it's just held back by their decisions. Also, congratulations on your victory, Copper. Enjoy your blood money. Enjoy your little fangs. Rah. You got some little fangs. And I think that, like, if they had, like, aging as the years go by, that would be so cool. That'd be so cool. Like, even when they have, like, the kids aging up, they always stop at a certain age. And it's cowardly. They need to get more into that angle of, like, a life simulator. Immersion. At least for me. That's what I'd like. That's what I'd love. That's why I was kind of... I never really managed to get back into... not even back into... What's it? The Indie Harvest Moon. Also, oh shit. I turned the music off. I never turned it back on. Let's resume the music. Just in the background, just quietly. Anyway. What's it called? Stardew Valley. I think there's like some other ones that are coming out that are in the same genre. That might be fun. I've yet to try them though. Because Stardew Valley, it's like they never really expanded. They never really expanded on like the parts of Harvest Moon that I wanted to see expanded on. They never went harder into the life simulator. It's still just like this static town locked in time, and the only thing that can be done in it is you marry one person from that town, and that is the only thing that will change in that town. Okay. So I know Stardew Valley has like, you can choose to side with good or evil. Either give stuff to the sprites and have the store at the edge of town that nobody ever goes to shut down, or give the store that nobody ever goes to some stuff, and I don't know, I guess maybe some stores will stop selling stuff, but like, it's not really a game where there's a lot of investment in the store. It's no Recettear, you know? I really wanted more of a world simulation where the town changes and grows over time. That's what I really want. And I remember hearing about like the other Harvest Moons where it's like more of that happened. Like even the one that I played first, I think it was the first one where you could be a girl, because I say what you want about representation. When I was a little baby, any game I saw where I could play as a girl, I would get really excited. I would like be like, I can be a girl? Hell hell yeah! Hell yeah, let's go capture some Pokemon as a girl. It made me feel good. And that was the first one I ever played in Harvest Moon, and it had one arc in it where things could change, where there was this one character who, if you didn't help him get a job, if you didn't assist him in finding a place of employment, he would just fuck off. And if you did help him get a job, there'd be a little bit more story going on with him. And that would be really nice. And I enjoyed that. There wasn't really anything else. It was pretty much just like, that was the extent of the story that you could control, but I really got excited about that, and I wish there was more like that. But maybe Harvest Moon, Magical Melody, or 64 has that. But again, I don't think they're good stream games unless, like, you set a goal beforehand where it's like, I'm gonna earn this much money, or I'm gonna marry this character. And then once you reach that goal, then it's the end. What other games we had? We have... Okay, so the next one on my list. Let's open it up. Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. I do not remember playing this game. I have no memory of this game. But at the same time, I have a weird little tingle in the back of my head of vague recognition of this game. It's very strange. It's very strange. Usually when I come across something that I've played before in the past, like, it unlocks the memories. It's like the key. And then I'm like, oh, I remember this. I do not remember this. But this is apparently a ROM that I have. That I never, I don't know, maybe I just, like, booted it up one time, but I never beat it. But this looks pretty, interesting. I don't know, like, I don't see any gameplay. Okay, I guess this is gameplay. I guess that's gameplay right there. There's the sparkly light and you're jumping. So maybe that might be a fun experience to go through and dig up this ancient game. Give it a try. I don't know how difficult it is, but it's for the Nintendo 64. Surely it cannot be that much of a challenge, right? Dun dun dun. I shouldn't say stuff like that. Surely it will be fine. It was not fine. I got Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Red Rescue Team. I have always wanted to get into Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I've purchased a few Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, and I've really wanted to get into them because I like them. I like the concept of, like, little Pokemon village, talking Pokemon. I don't really give a fuck about the Pokemon franchise in general. I don't like the direction they have gone with their mainstream games, so I tune them out. I don't like how they use their adult fan base to do a lot of the promotion and hype building for them, and then say that their games aren't built for that adult fan base as a reason for why they tune them and build them the way they do. I have disagreements there, but I've always loved the idea of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. But I've never been able to finish them. It's always been like, I've gotten up to a certain point, and then I turn the game off, and then nothing inside me says, turn the game back on again, Goofy. Keep going. I don't know what it is. It's like, it doesn't hook me. It doesn't grab me by the jaw with its sharp little hook and drag me across the riverbed the way that it should. There are games that do that. There are games that powerfully do that. What's one? What's an example of one? There's a few games that I have that I'm like, ho 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 ho, I'm in danger whenever I start them up, because I know that I will not be putting this down either A, at a good time of the night to get sleep, or B, without significant mental combat with myself. And spoiler alert, whenever I'm fighting myself, I always win. but I also always lose. Let's see here. One of them. Okay, so any single game from what's it called? Denchisoft? Kairosoft. They do these little. Let me pull them up. These games are dangerous. These games are so dangerous. If you find yourself, if you're one of those people who play games where you're just like, okay, now all I'm gonna do next, I'm just gonna do this one thing. I'm just gonna get this one thing set up, so I don't forget about it next time I play. I'm just gonna get this done now. This one little thing. I'm gonna build this one thing. I'm gonna get this one step done. Then I'm gonna save, and then I'm gonna turn off the game. These games are built on a loop of that. Of okay, I'm just gonna get this done. Then I'm gonna, but this other thing just unlocked. Okay, so I'll get this other thing. No, just this other thing. Time sinkers, all of them. Absolute fucking time hole. Complete time hole. Time pit with sinking sand on top. Is that what it's called? Sinking sand? It's the sand that you stand in and you sink. So theoretically it should be called sinking sand, but it's probably quicksand. There we go. Time pit with quicksand on top of it. Also, hello, Cisco. Ha0nk, how's it going? You finished the Japan Shogun one? It took you weeks? Yeah. I finished the traditional video game one. Dungeon Village 2. Here, yeah, this one. And like, by finish, I mean like, there's nothing left. I scraped this game. Blood, I can't eat blood. I scraped the bowels of this game for more content. I opened the wrapper of this game and I licked it down with my tongue to get every single little scrap of flavor out of it that I could. If these games were monetized, I don't know if that would make them more or less dangerous. Thankfully, they are not. Thankfully, there is no way for you to put your money into the game. But they feel exactly like those mobile games that are just like, we are here to take your money. Only instead of money, it takes your time. Also, hey, Mechanic Cat. Hello, how's it going? You got the ramen and sushi ones? I have them all. I have them all, and I'm too scared to play them. I'm too scared to play them because I had like some 3 hours of sleep nights with the Dungeon Village one, just because of it. At like 3 a.m. I was like, I have to sleep. I have to go to bed. I have to do this. And then another part of me was like, but what if just one more thing? Just one more thing. It's fine. It'll only take 5 seconds. There's some Kairosoft games that are like that. You played 2 of them. Yeah. It's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. There's another game. Let me see if I can pull them up. Kairosoft games. They're very addicting, but I don't feel too embarrassed about showing them. I'm like, this could happen to anyone. I am blameless here. It's not me, it's the psychological tactics. You're not proud of the amount of money that you put into those things. Wait, do they have versions where you pay for them? Where you can, like, purchase stuff? All the ones that I have, you literally cannot make purchases in them, so I'm safe. Oh no! Buy them on Steam, you're safe then. Unless, of course, you don't have a Steam Deck. I'm safe. They can't hurt me more than they already do. Let me see here. Aha! I don't know, let's do Sophie. So there is a series of games that are the Atelier series. and they are simultaneously very bad and very addicting. These games feel so rough to play, and the characters, I don't want to play these games on stream, because I feel like if I put myself in the, like, if I set the category to these games and I play them, and people who genuinely like the characters and the stories of these games come in and just see me nonstop, unrelentingly mocking every single word that comes out of these characters' mouths, they're gonna feel a little upset. But like, as much as I'm constantly taking the piss as I play these games, I'm still playing a lot of them. I am putting in so much time, so it's like, you know, I am the fool, I am the clown, I am Bozo. Grand Prix Story 2 is online only. It's on mobile only. Oh. Ah. They got you then. They fucking got you then. Do you pay for the nitro boost? Is that it? It looks like you pay for a nitro boost because you jump ahead. That's all the things about the paying, is you gotta jump ahead. Maybe, perhaps, eyes. You will neither confirm nor deny. But yeah, like these games, yeah. I am a sucker for a game loop that is collect items, take items to place, use items to create more items. I am. It hooks into the little lobes on my brain, and it drags me forward across the floor, bleeding and weeping and begging for it to stop. They hook me in so much, and these games have that. They've got that loop of you go out in the world, you collect the items, you bring the items back, you use the items in a fun, engaging mini game to create more items, and then with those more items, you can become stronger, and you can go out and you can collect more items, and you can take those other items and you can bring an unending. There are no micropayments in these games, but the strategy is, I believe, for this company, release as many games as possible and make them all insanely expensive for the amount of content that is in them. And in all of them, they employ the strategy of reusing assets. So you'll play one game and then you'll get to the end and you'll go get the next game, and the next game will have a lot of things that you recognize from the previous game. And there'll be things that change, but there's going to be a lot that stays the same, and you are paying full fucking price for the game. So that's what adds up. That's what adds up very quickly. And it feels a little cheap, but I can't stop. And they have improved. Some of them, the earlier ones, getting around in the overworld felt very rough. Very rough. Like, for example, Atelier Sophie 1, the overworld are these teeny little areas. These itty bitty little places. Like this entire little, here, can we make it bigger? Can we make it bigger? Yeah, this entire little map here, this is one entire overworld area. And takes you like a second to run across it. And every single little bump on the ground is like an impassable tile that you gotta run around. And you can jump, but you can't jump over items. You can just jump down ledges. So you'll come across like a little wall like this, and you'll try and jump across it, and you'll just like bump into the invisible wall. It's very, very clunky. It's not very fun. The graphics look like you're playing like a Nintendo Wii game. You know, it's very bare bones. And then literally the next game in the series has these like I want to say 12 times larger areas with like much nicer lighting and like the ability to actually like jump over tall grass instead of having it as a barrier, and it feels like 1,000 times nicer. What's the next? What was it called? Tell your. Is it Fierce? Yeah, Fierce 1. Let's see, Fierce 1. Like in comparison, let's see, an open world area. Like this is genuinely what an open world area looks like in comparison. Like this is actually what it looks like in game. Like there's this versus this. This versus this. This, night and day. Night and day. Is this the thighs gal one? I don't know. What's the thighs gal? My brain shuts down every time these characters open their mouths. I'm in it for the mechanics. I'm in it for the mechanics. It's not rice. Looks good. Yeah. Yeah. I remember stepping out into the open world in this one after going through Sophie. I mean, and I was like, is this what Breath of the Wild is like? Is this Breath of the Wild? Am I playing Breath of the Wild? It was very different. So, okay, like they will put in time and effort to like update the game, but it feels like piece by what the fuck's this? Oh, image new tab. It feels like they never have time to build a new game completely from scratch. They always have to reuse assets from the previous one because the release schedule is very rapid. Very, very rapid. Which I guess it's fine. It's better than some games. What was it? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I know there's a ton of games that have this business model. I don't play a lot of games from Japanese developers, but this is a North American developer that has this model that I know is very common. So here's The Sims 4. This is a game that you can play for free. If you want all the content in this game, it costs $1,400. But you can play it for free, though. You can play it for free. Genshin Impact. I mean, gacha games are all... You can play this for free. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. But from what I understand with gacha games, they never lock content behind a paywall. It's just characters. It's if you want to have a character that you like, or if you want to do well in an event, if you want to be able to get everything from an event, if you want to be able to get into the leaderboards, if you are at all in any way whatsoever competitive, you gotta pay out the nose. With Sims, it's like, no, like, all the content in this game is locked behind little payments. It's only $7. It's only $30. It's only $55. $1,400 for the complete Sims 4 experience. And I know for the Sims 3 at least, what that meant was after you've purchased all the DLC, you will get a game that just crashes all the time. All the time. The full Sims 3 experience is crashing. every midnight. There's a bug that's like fairly common where it's like at midnight, that's when the system runs all like the garbage collection and like removes any lost characters and cleans things up. So that's when your game's going to crash, at midnight in game. That is the time. As soon as the clock strikes 12, your game turns off. And I don't know how I don't know how much they've improved in that in The Sims 4. But I played the base game. I did. And it crashed on me with nothing, with no DLC, with no expansion packs. It got to like a certain day in game and all of my Sims contacts disappeared and then the game just crashed. So looking good. CAD really sucks up that the paying $984 USD is yeah. Our dollar is not as strong as the American dollar, which was nice when I was doing contract work for an American company. They would send me money and I'd be like, it's worth so much more here. Yes. They pay me like, I think it was like $400 or something, and I'd be like, whoa, don't mind if I do. Aha, I think the Canadian dollar was stronger then though, but could be wrong. You gotta say you played a gacha for 4 years, never paid a cent. See, it's the game you played had a ton of stuff behind paywalls. What was your strategy then? How did you deal with the fact that a lot of the game was inaccessible? What was your game plan? How did you do it? Huh? Asking for a friend. You know a site that has them all for free. Is it a site that's located on a ship, perhaps? In an ocean, perhaps? Is it a site that is manned by salty buccaneers? Potentially? Yar? I purchased a lot of, I think like a lot of Sims 3 content because I really loved Sims 2. Sims 2 was really good. It was genuinely a really fucking good game. It was very fun. And then for Sims 3, I had everything, but I didn't want to download their EA Steam, but worse. So I downloaded a copy of the game through other channels, even though I owned the licenses to them. Matey. Yeah, yes. You'd be sailing the salty seas. The funniest thing is that in the Sims community, there is a war. There is a war that I assume still rages on, where The Sims has a very large modding community, but they've always had rules. They've always had guidelines where it's like you can create content for this game that people could install, but you are not supposed to charge money for that. You are not supposed to charge people for your third-party content, which makes sense. Like, if you look at the Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls games, you know, they got their big modding scene. But all that stuff is freely available. If you, whatever creature you want to be an anatomically accurate, you can get a mod for that on one or the other various website for absolutely no money whatsoever. With The Sims, there were some people who were like, this is my hobby. Adding content into this game. But what if I could monetize it? What if I could paywall it? The $5 horse armor. Only Bethesda is allowed to charge money for cosmetics. Only Bethesda. It was golden. Yeah, I honestly did not know about that at the time. I relied on my CD-ROM. I was living in dial-up. There was no way I was going to be downloading a horse armor. I only found out about that years later, as I languished in the YouTube documentary pit. And I was like, oh shit, that was the very first DLC? I had no idea. The more you know. The more you know. But seriously, that's like half of my fucking paycheck for all these mods. What the fuck? So what happened is that people were starting these sites with paywalls, and a lot of them, what they would do is they would rip hair from other games. They would rip hair from anime game of your choice, and then they would alter it. What they would do is they had their own hair texture. So they take the 3D model from the other game, they'd slap their own texture on, and they'd say it's theirs because it's been creatively modified to an extent that it is transformed into a new object, and you need to pay $5 for it. And I guess, I don't know, EA didn't bother policing these people for some reason, even though it was against their terms of service. But other people were like, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. And so what they did is they started hacking into these sites with the paywalls and taking their content and downloading it and putting it up on this website, mustbedestroyed.org. Behold the Sims Wars. You've heard of the Star Wars. Now I am here to pull back the curtain on the Sims Wars. If anybody in chat actually knows about this stuff, high five. Same rabbit holes we've been down. So their whole thing is that what they're doing is not illegal, because like they were getting a ton of threats from these people with the pay sites being like, you are redistributing stolen property. And these guys were like, nah fam. Actually, 'tis you who is the pirate. 'Tis you who is conducting illegal activities. You never knew about that. The more you know. If anybody here ever plays Sims games and you want some third-party mods, go to pay sites Must Be Destroyed. Well, I guess it's like it's a subcategory of Must Be Destroyed. I don't know where it is. It's one of it's aha, booty. You can go to booty, TS4, TS3, and it might be stuff for Sims 2 as well. Even though you can't get Sims 2 anymore. Yeah, Sims 2. If you ever want some content, some third-party user-created content for Sims, just go check out this place. And they got all the booty. All of it. From all the sites where normally they expect you to pay. It's all here. What? And they've got like they've got all these like all the hate mail, the death threats, the legal actions being waved at them that they got by these very mad site owners who are like, but my income's from ripping hair from other games and reselling them. No. Oh memories. I don't play Sims anymore because I found, I don't know. If I wanna play a game that has some sort of like character life control, I got D&D for that, honestly. It scratches the same itch. And if I want to like kill people, there's a lot of games that can do that. I don't necessarily have to like go through all the steps of, setting up the pool, getting the Sims inside, removing the ladder, all of the steps. They've kind of streamlined that in a lot of other games. You know how you feel about this? You don't mind them asking for money if they put effort and time into the mods, but it's illegal. In Assetto Corsa, a lot of good mods are behind a paywall. It's illegal, and it's them stealing from somebody else and modifying what they stole from somebody else in a very low effort way, and then charging you for it. And then they get mad when people are sharing what they did with other people. I don't know. You could just make it free. You could just make it free and then have, like, I don't know, a Patreon or something where it's like, hey, if you like what I do, you can Patreon. And then if they don't get enough money, they can just not distribute. It's okay. They don't have to distribute. They can stop. They can do something else. I don't think ripping items for one game from one game and then trying to charge for them is necessarily very good. Especially when they don't disclose what they're doing. Especially when they're like, yes, this is my hair, I made it. And then people playing another game are like, actually, this looks identical to the hair in this game. What's that about? And they're like, I don't know. Who knows? Golly. I remember playing Skyrim. Was it Skyrim? Was it Oblivion? The one before Skyrim. Yeah. And there were hair mods that were identical to ones from The Sims. And I was like, have they stolen mods from this? Oh wait, no, they just ripped them all from the same game. It's just from they all took the same mods from the same hair from, like, I don't know, Final Fantasy. Like, there was, like, the cloud hair from Final Fantasy. Whatever game he's in. And I don't know what's happening with Sims 4 now. But the Sims community is so full of drama. It's so full of drama, and it's so full of infighting over the mods. Over the mods! The only drama I know from Elder Scroll mods is they had a big fallout where the mods, in fact, originally worked hard on it. That doesn't exist for The Sims. That doesn't. There are. In my many years with The Sims, I have never seen anybody creating original hair for The Sims. Ever. Ever. It's all mods. It's all taking an existing hair, putting a different texture on it, and then putting it up on your site. And occasionally, there were times where it's like a free site would take hair and would put their own texture on it and would put that up. And then the paid site would put their own texture on the hair and then start harassing the free site to take down their hair because the free site would have, like, the same hair for free. And then the paid site would be like, no. You put it, you take it down from there. And there was one site, what they do is they had a lot of traffic. They had, like, a lot of traffic. And so a lot of people who ran their own independent free sites would feel like, oh, I should put my stuff up on this hub so I get more people seeing it, because, you know, more people will see it if I put up on this hub than on my free site. And then what they started doing is they started taking the most popular free creators on their site and putting the free creators behind a paywall that the free creators did not get any money from. The absolute gall. It was wild. It was like there were no like artisanal hairsmiths were getting screwed over by this. No people who, like, painfully worked and crafted their own beautifully unique hairs We're getting punished here. This is not how the community was. Your baseline is again Assetto Corsetta and the mods for that game. What is Assetto Corsetta? I am curious now. Oh, cars. That might be why I do not know about it. I was waiting for like an anime character to load, and then it's like car. But for the Elder Scrolls, there's like one big hub site. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head because I haven't been there for years. Nexus mods. Yeah, they do Elder Scrolls and a bunch of other stuff as well. Fallout, Stardew, Witcher, Cyberpunk, the big games. The big games. And there was a big blow up because there were a lot of, shall we say, mods dedicated to people who enjoy exploring the feminine form, if you know what I mean. There were a lot of mods that add physics to places in the game where there were not previously physics, if you know what I mean. That you go Kodak mods. Do those count as like? I'd say that certain car mods count as like an unfair advantage, because if I was playing a racing game and a car with one of those drove past me, I might just drive off the road. It might be psychological warfare. And those were all well and respected and accepted because that's what the site was built on. It was built on physics mods for people who appreciate the feminine form. But as time went by, and as a larger group of people became interested in these games, other kind of mods came in that were not as welcomed. Notably, mods that made men sexy? Mods that showed off men butts? Mods that showed off the movie? And this was not okay. This site's for good Christian jiggle physics. This is not a place to denigrate the male body. So there was this huge push to get rid of content that was explicit involving the male body. And a very, very prolific cock editor left. She was like, I'm not welcome here. I'm fucking taking my dicks and I'm going home. And it was very sad for all of her fans. And I don't know if she's back on there or not. I don't remember her name. But she went off to her own site for a long time. I'd like to think that in these more equal and welcome days, all mods are welcome on Nexus. Everybody can jiggle in every part of their asset. And there's no witch hunts to drive people away. But from what I know, the original push to get the movies off the site was indeed a success. Because everybody was like, fuck that. I'm not dealing with this. And they left. Schlong. Excuse me. Pardon my French. Schlong. Rosary bead physics? Yeah, exactly. That's what was jiggling. Was jiggling. Rip the bank in the leaves mod for Cyberpunk. This was before Cyberpunk. This was long ago. I think it was even before. Was it before Skyrim? No, Skyrim. Yes. Were there horses in Oblivion? Because I remember she had a horse dick mod. That was like. That was one of her big things. No, it was during the Skyrim, because I also remember like a frost giant. She had them for Frost Giants too. Yeah, it was definitely in the Skyrim era, but before Cyberpunk. All mods are welcome on Nexus. Too bad Nexus has monetized their. They have. Wow. Wow. Sma. You're really mad at their arbitrary limitations they've implemented just so they can charge people for premium accounts. Oof. I remember they used to have, like, you can have premium account you download faster. That was a thing, wasn't it? And that seemed, I don't know. If you gotta make money off the site, I guess. But I guess that's fine. I guess that's better than advertising. People can either pay with their money or their time. The traditional way. Remember that? You think some of her mods on Skyrim? Yeah, she was pretty prolific. She did a lot of handcrafted stuff, which, like, there's so many mods where it's just you take thing from other game, you stick it in this game, and people who have never played the other game don't know because you don't fucking credit it. She handcrafted every single asset that she made available for download. What have they done? How have they butchered their site? What's premium? Premium. Go premium. What does premium do? Yeah, I know I need to sign up, but I want to know about I want to know about premium. Help. 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 How do I cancel? You don't. You never cancel. Get a new credit card, asshole. Download speed, ad blockers, different kinds of membership. Here we are. Artisanal peni. Exactly. Yeah. She went to her penis forge and she handsmithed each of them. I remember she was really her website was like really Geiger-esque. Speed caps. Okay, yeah, this is what I was talking about. Oh, they cap people who use ad blockers. I guess that makes sense. That's it. Okay, it's just that's it. That's all there is. What else is there? Come on, premium. Our contract with you. There's no other information about premium. I don't know what other bullshit they have done. Maybe it was the download speeds thing. I'm like, at least it's faster than dial-up. Friend of yours downloaded one of the, say, bad end mods for enemies. I'm trying not to imagine what that means. It also had the bad end for the character. He lost to a dragon one hit as his first encounter. He decided the mod wasn't for him. Coward. And if there was any hullabaloo about that mod, there were genitalia in it. I know that for the real dark mods, you have to go to another site. There are other sites out there. I don't remember the names for the most explicit mods. This site, it's like pole dancing and very intense physics and bikinis, like 3 pieces of string bikinis. That's as far as they'll go here. You swear there was more to it. You don't remember right now. Maybe they're just blind with rage. Maybe they walked it back. Honestly, you know, Bethesda walked their payment plans back as well, so they might have been like, actually, Now I'm a million memories. Got it. Yeah. Also, hey, Build Me. Hello. Welcome to the cursed stream. I was talking about doing some art, and now we're now 3 hours later, here we are. Woohoo! Ha! Let's see here. I don't see them talking about premiums. Who knows? Donation options and guidelines. Give us money instead of the creators. Who knows? Who knows what's going on here? I don't mod games anymore. When I play a game, and I also don't play like sandbox games anymore. I played Oblivion and some Skyrim, and then I was like, I'm done. I want different games now. I don't want these games anymore. So I don't really have like the opportunity or the reason to want to mod my games. Generally, I'm like, I try and find games where I enjoy the vanilla experience in both in terms of no mods and in terms of no sexually explicit content. We are talking about art. Exactly. It's all on theme. It's all on theme, right? One of my favorite mods you made. I have never modded myself. I've thought about some games where it's like, oh, I could mod Goofy and play on stream, but that's about it. That's about it. I think in Oblivion, I thought of trying to make mods, and then I looked at the tools and I was like, I don't care. My whole thing for Oblivion was I wanted like cool female armor. Like cool. Like where's what's the example of cool female armor? I'm in danger. I don't want to search this, but oh, okay, let's see. Something like this, where it's like, oh, whoa. It's not armor, like this right here. Because in Oblivion, they had one skeleton and one skeletal structure that they used across all characters, and it didn't have that much distinction between a male and female, especially with armors. And I just wanted ones that were just like cut like a little more sized down. That's all I wanted. I didn't want a G-string, and I just wanted to get armors like this, and they were a lot harder to find back in the day. Now I just type female armor and it right here. But like, this was uploaded 2013. I was playing in like 2007, maybe 2008, a bit earlier. It was more difficult to find. You need to use C+ and compile and use the command line plugins, specific IDEs, and it only works for new game. And I think it was more like it wasn't that complicated. I mean, I don't think in the end. I don't think it was that fucking complicated, because a lot of people did it who know jack shit about programming. You know, modding is a very entry-level kind of thing. And a lot of people who end up working on actual games just start off with modding because it's the easiest and they don't have to learn programming languages and stuff. Morrowind had more effort put into it. It might have. I don't. Better icons, yay! I don't know what their priority was. I guess with Oblivion, it was really like a lot of focus was put into making the landscape look real nice, real nice. Like lots of greasy looking rim lights everywhere. You know, it was. I mean, you could argue that Morrowind, they were already focusing on impressive graphics, because wasn't it like for the time Morrowind had impressive graphics? Oh wait, no, I know what it was. Oblivion was developed with consoles in mind. I'm pretty sure that's it. It's consoles, and it was consoles that fucked it. I think that was it. I could be completely wrong. But I think it was released for some console as well, wasn't it? When in doubt, blame the consoles. PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. It's your fault. You ruined our games. You plebeians. You peasants. Cash It had a unique skeleton Morrowind. Oh, right, that's true. You couldn't put boots on. Right. Morrowind had a lot of design direction. I believe it was a consoleized cash grab. Yeah. Oblivion, the art, it's like... Wah. It's very uninspiring. Like, at the time when I first played this was like the first real 3D game that I'd played. Apart from, like, N64 stuff. So, you know, it's like, oh my god, nobody's spiky, everybody's got so many polygons. This is amazing. There's light. There's so much light. Oh god, it burns. But I was just impressed by the number of polygons on the people. I was impressed by the fact that there were textures, you know? But looking back, it's like, this truly is vanilla pudding. This is slightly lumpy vanilla pudding in terms of artistic direction. It's not great. It does not have any distinguishing features apart from looking bad. Like, when you see this, it's like, of course this is the Elder Scrolls. It's weird and lumpy, and everybody looks kind of like they're made with plasticine, and the faces are all jump scares. That's how you can tell that it's Oblivion. You know? What's the guy? One sec, a drawing fan. Oh, I remember the compilations of, like, different ways to kill the adoring fan. I think there was one where, like, you dropped 30,000 watermelons on him. Back in the YouTube poops. But yeah, it really... That ain't it. That ain't it, Chief. And, I'd say that Skyrim's kind of the same. It's like, I guess there haven't been many... I don't know, there aren't that many medieval games. I was like Mountain Blade. But... I don't know, I like Skyrim as well. I feel like the art direction, that's kind of like flatlining. It's like, it's Oblivion, but things look better than this, and there's snow in most places. And like, you can tell they put some work into designing like the one main city to have like a vague feeling of uniqueness in that one area. You go up the stairs and there's the guy yelling about gods, but that's a very small part of the game. Mountain Blade 2 finally released version 1.0. It's been how many years? I've never played Mountain Blade, but I follow a lot of YouTube channels that do, and then being like, it's been 64 years, it's been 69 years, whatever the joke is. It's been like, finally. I've been waiting since the time of the forefathers. I never understood that. Like, surely you can only have up to 2 dads. I don't think polyamory is legal anywhere. It looks fun though. Like, it looks like an open world game that's interesting. Has stuff to do apart from, it doesn't follow like the cursed open world where it's like you are first person walking across copy pasted map. Enjoy climbing up tower to make glowing things stop glowing. Are you having fun? You want all the dads? I know. I'm sure it'll happen eventually. They'll get over their weird hang-ups. They'd be like, you can have more than 2 parents. You can have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know why I stopped at 7. I am the Count from Sesame Street. Oh, that reminded me. We can't watch this entire video on stream because it's very long. Have you guys seen the blind CS:GO tournament from Veilfisk?
Until you die.
It's very good. I do not play first person shooters. I played like GoldenEye. That's it. I played like, I want to say 7 hours of GoldenEye. That is my sole experience with first-person shooters. I do not have any desire to play first-person shooters. That's why I have not played first-person shooters. If I have not played much of a genre, it's because I have no desire to. It's not because like I haven't been able to for some other reason. You know, this is the modern day. You can play what games you want. They're all available. But GoldenEye 64. But I don't care. I don't care for them. I have no interest in them. But I watched this entire video. It's like watching Roombas fight. Here, I will share it with you guys. I don't know. It's an hour long. Otherwise, I could watch it on stream. But otherwise, it's amazing. It's very funny. I laugh so hard I cry 3 times, maybe even 4. It's very, very good. I recommend it. If you want a crazy blind run, System Shock 2 blindfolded. Yeah, but like, I assume the person's like really competent and they just like zip through it amazingly, and you're like, wow, I can't believe they were blind. That's so impressive. This is not like that. This is not like that. This let's see here. Let's see some gameplay footage. Let's see some gameplay footage. So the concept and the conceit of this is that there is one person in the game who has the entire view turned off. They cannot see anything in front of them. They cannot see a single thing. They have a spotter who can see things and has the map open and enabled so that they can see where the other player is. So the spotter gives the blind player directions on where the other person is. So that's how they're able to find each other. Here's some of the gameplay. You'll notice that the round timer, it's 60 minutes. They cut it down to 30 minutes later on. It's very good. Oh, that's cheating. It's cheating in terms of a scenario where somebody is completely blind, but like it basically would take them like 2 hours to find each other or more if it was completely blind. This is blind with a guide dog. This is with the same kind of assistance a blind person would have in real life. Let's see here. Very good gameplay. Very good gameplay. He's trying to defuse the bomb. He's trying to find the bomb to defuse it. I have not paused. You be the asshole that buy a flashbang and throw it as if they do. They use flashbangs! They use flashbangs! They do! There was one where it's like they bought grenades every round they bought like the full as many grenades as they could and like Molotovs and everything like that, and their total damage using all of that at the end was 6. It's fucking, yeah, it's so funny. It's so and it doesn't trigger my nauseousness, probably because they don't really move a lot. Also because we get a lot of view from like third person perspective. It's a very fun video. You're imagining a blind TF2 match. There'd be so many audio cues it'd probably work. Would it? I don't know. Do they... People are really... Oh yeah, because that's the one with like the characters, right? And they're always saying their lines, right? I don't know if they're always saying their lines. I imagine they are because it's so character-based. They're all... The sniper's always like, got my jar of pee! Or he's Australian, right? So, got my jar of pee! Australian accent. It's normally in response to things. Oh, so like, if an enemy comes near your character will speak, right? Like that? Because like they are using audio in here. Like they can hear the gunfire. They're just not really sure what direction it's coming from. There are a few hit scan weapons. Each character's melee that can be used to ping walls. Oh, yeah. These guys got their knives. Yeah. I don't... It's, they got to the end. They got a winner. It was successful in that nobody, one person kind of low-key rage quit. They swapped out with their spotter halfway through, where the spotter ended up doing the gameplay, and the person who was doing the gameplay moved over to spotting. Victory! 324 shots were fired that round. Footsteps make noise. It matters when one character will turn visible and the ground makes different sounds. Yeah. But it's like, I feel like it's always easy to be like, oh yeah, I could do this. I could do this with my audio turned off. And then, I mean, not with my audio turned off, with my visuals turned off. But in the end, humans tend to be pretty sight reliant, and they're like, oh, turns out this is really hard. What the fuck? No, I meant to stop. We're gonna... Do you guys want to talk for another hour? I've got more games to talk to mention that we've got that I want to play for my old CD-ROM. We can keep going. My voice is yet to go, so Let me. That stopped. All right, that stopped. Yep. We've got. So I was talking about earlier. I've got this list up that you guys can't see because it's secret. It's my secret list of games that I have recovered from an old CD-ROM that I want to maybe play on stream with chat. I definitely want to do Paper Mario. I do. I really do. I love Paper Mario. I would die for the characters in Paper Mario. I think, like, characters can fully carry a game for me. But there's also Zelda DX Link's Awakening. And I've been watching Woozle play Legend of Zelda Season Time, whatever the fuck. I'm being like, this is really hard. This is really fucking hard. It's making me feel a lot better, because when I was young, I really struggled with the Zelda games. You never played Paper Mario RPG? You've played Link's Awakening plenty? Paper Mario, it's... like, the newer games are apparently not good. Nintendo kind of stopped trying, and is just kind of phoning them in. They're not the same sparkling adventures of wit and characters that the first three were. But the first three are very, like, a lot of people didn't like the third. They were like, oh, the art's really simple. All the new characters are, like, super cheap. And I guess, like, you could already kind of, like, low-key feel Nintendo seeing what ways they could cut costs, I guess, if you think that what they did for the characters was cheaper. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought everything was funny. I thought all the worlds were unique and interesting and full of jokes, and that's what matters. Full of giggles. And, like, actually funny giggles. Super Mario RPG and probably Paper Mario were those, oops, why is it so good? The development team was done by a team with very little producer oversight. Yeah, I've never played Super Mario RPG. I've thought of doing that. But it generally ends up in a situation where it's like, I could play Super Mario RPG or I could play Paper Mario again. And I go with the one that, like, I know I'm guaranteed a good time. I'm 100% guaranteed a good time. Although maybe we could do Mario RPG on stream, because I know that's also supposed to be good. And I do like me a good RPG. I do indeed enjoy me a good RPG. Like, let me see here. Link's Awakening. This is the Windfish one. Oh, yeah. No, not this one. Not this one. The other one. Where was it first on? Game Boy, really? Well, I guess I can go back to my roots eventually. I started out with Game Boy. I can return to Game Boy. It's okay. You won't blame me for having a slightly wrong opinion. Thank you. They're both amazing. AFAK. That's why I'm thinking, like, I should try RPG. It's like, you know, you get to that point in your life where it just becomes easy to not try things that you haven't tried because you've already got, like, your favorites. You've already settled into your groove. I think that's what happened. I was like, Paper Mario's amazing. And then I was like, well, I don't need another fun Mario RPG. I've got Paper Mario. But it's good to try. It's good to try other things. But yeah, like Link's Awakening, I want to say I beat it, but I don't know if I'm lying out my fucking mouth. So maybe I won't say that I beat it. But yeah, maybe we can try it. Maybe I'll see if the difficulty still lasts. It wasn't like a difficulty of the areas. It was a difficulty of finding where to go next. It was a difficulty of I have just been running around the same place over and over. I don't know where to go. And I saw the same issues being repeated in the later Zeldas played by somebody who I assume is a certain level of competent at video games. A level of competence that I don't always assign to myself. We've got As Your Dreams here. Yes. OG Goofy players? OG Goofy viewers remember As Your Dreams. There have been a few games that I've played on my stream that I have not finished. As Your Dreams, Little Girl Dark Souls. Is that it? I think I'm pretty good with finishing games. I'm fairly skilled at finishing a game that I start on stream. Dwarf Fortress. Dwarf Fortress has no end. I'm waiting for the Steam release of Dwarf Fortress. I want to go back, but I want to do it when the Steam release is happening so I can bring people's awareness to that, because giving the Dwarf Fortress guys money is something I wholeheartedly support, because they have been making this game solely with the Patreon donations for a couple of years and with no way to donate to them really for a long time before that. December, Dwarf Fortress coming out soon. It's happening. I can't. I'm not excited for the graphics because I don't really prioritize graphics in games, but I am excited for the opportunity for the developers to have a more comfy lifestyle as they develop this fun game. And maybe there's going to be more stuff than just graphics. I'm not sure. I haven't been keeping up to date with the information. Maybe they'll have more features. I know they're working on villains. It's like they're doing a lot of stuff with like villains and political intrigue and kingdoms rising and falling and stuff based off of plots and stuff like that. They're working on getting that into the simulation. Link's Awakening was pretty streamlined, you think? Oracle of Ages seasons, you had to look up what to do twice. Damn. Yeah, I played them before. Well, no, they were guides. They were Nintendo Power. I didn't have access to Nintendo Power, so I played them with no access to guides. Although there might have been like GameFAQ stuff up, but I don't think I understood that existed when I played them. I figured out about GameFAQs later. That was a later development in my learning about how video games work. You thought it was out years ago. The casual, easy modo graphic and input overhaul. Nope. And it's still, I mean, like, you can play Dwarf Fortress right now, but it's technically an alpha that's been going on for 20 years and is still in development, and more features are still being added to it. All games were hard mode for poor Goofy with no family to teach you. They really were. It was like a caveman being presented with like a fucking tic-tac-toe puzzle and having to figure out how tic-tac-toe game and like having to figure out like what were the rules? How did you win this game? How did you play? What do you do? What? I have a grid. I have some X's. I have some O's. What the fuck do I do? Like banging them against each other and accidentally starting a fire and being like, is this how you play the game? Is this how you play the game? It was a journey. I've also got Castlevania Area of Sorrow, which I believe I beat. I enjoyed it. It was very fun. I do not know if I'd play it on the stream because it feels very high pressure. I remember I got this game. I think I had the actual cartridge because I thought the character looked cool. I wanted to be that character. I was like, this is a cool person. I didn't know if it was a guy or a girl. I was like, this person looks cool. I want to be them. I like their black shirt, and I like their sword, and I like their angel wings. I love the art for the old Castlevania games. I deeply dislike the art for the new games. I really like the like ethereal kind of I bought this game for the art, and then I played it through and I had a good time. It was very fun. There's a sequel on DS. Yeah, I don't like the art. I never bought the sequel because I don't like the art. It looks like a low budget anime. It looks like weird Studio Ghibli ripoff anime. Old. I like this art. This is the art I like. This is why I bought the game. This is why I played it. I can't explain more than that. Please understand. Need art look like this to play game that look like this. That's how work. That's how brain work. We got. I don't know if I'll play that again on stream. It's feels very high pressure game. I don't know why. I have it like set up in my brain where it's like weirdly hard. I've got Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. Speak of the Devil. Pull out some Symphony of the Night. Of course. I can't spell symphony. The amount of time I have spent just staring at this art. I love it so much. I love it. Like this stuff and the old Final Fantasy art. It's like so my aesthetic for video game art. It's really nice. It's really nice. It's like, and also Secret of Mana. My desktop background is art by the same guy who did the Secret of Mana art, the old Secret of Mana art. I really liked the practice of no, that ain't it. They've butchered my baby. I really liked the old practice that they did where they'd hire artists who were like established as like talented illustrators outside of just drawing game characters, and they'd bring them in and they'd make these beautiful images, and they'd be so nice. You forgot there was an uncovered breast image. Don't go far. I will not. We'll remain at the top. We'll remain here with my beautiful gothic horror vibes. 10 out of 10, immaculate, effervescent. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Amano is nuts. He was the artist for Final Fantasy for 25 plus years. Yeah. Doesn't he? He still does. I'm pretty sure he did. Wait, no. I was gonna say he did like some art for 14 for Heidelin and Zodiac. Spoilers. I feel like I'm contractually obliged to be like, yo, if you haven't, I know everybody's like really sensitive about spoilers for that game. If you haven't gotten to the end, leave my stream. You're not welcome here anymore, unless you don't care. Which in case, hang around. He did like the artwork that they were based off of, but I think it was like artwork for the original launch of the game, and they just modeled Heidelin and Zodiac's final models off of that original art that's a couple of years older. So I don't know if he's been doing recent art for them, but he's done some. He's done some. He was an artist before and an artist after. Yeah. I don't think he's dead. I know he's still alive. But unfortunately, the guy who did the Mana series is no longer alive to make more art. That makes me sad. That makes me big sad. His stuff was so good. I really like the lushness. And it's like, the artists that I like, their art doesn't even look the same. The artists that I admire for a lot of their old video game artwork, it's completely different. Like, you could say the Castlevania stuff and the Final Fantasy stuff has some tie-ins because there's people with, I don't know, prominent kind of pointy vibes faces, I suppose. Wait. I guess. No, they're not pointy. Honestly, it just looks like she's been washed out from like a intense flash on a camera. But it's like they're all completely different in their vibes, but I like them all the same because like they feel like they stand alone as pieces of art as well as being art for video games. Here's a glossy 5x5 of the concept you want. Thanks, I've turned it into 16 by 16 pixels. I get so pressed sometimes when I see like the original concept art for the older Final Fantasy games, and then what they rendered them into in the actual pixel games, because it feels like Morrowind did a good job at taking the original concepts and bringing them into the game and keeping the game like artistically looking very strongly creatively driven, right? Like, you look at Morrowind and you got all those like the iconic imagery of like the big bugs and the mushrooms and the weird landscape. Right, you got that. You got like, in terms like, as far as this very basic 3D goes, you've got your beautiful alien landscape translated fairly well from the concept art. But with the early Final Fantasies, you got like this amazing concept art for these cities and for these like pieces of mechanics and stuff. Like I think like the Terra Final Fantasy. I don't know which one she's in. I played it. I played it. The final, not that one. Not that one. Let me see here. Tara Bradford from which one was she in? Final Fantasy Roman numeral 6. Let's see here. Like the concept art that they had for some things versus how they were translated in game is like, oh, you didn't even try. Like I think there was some concept art for these mechs that were so cool. The magic armor that were so cool. So neat. And then they were just translated into like tank with leg, green tank. Like this is like some Dark Crystal shit. This is so good. Why didn't they make the tanks in game look like this? Like, don't get me wrong, the game's good, but they made that into that. This is so much more, like, unique to the setting, you know? It would be so much more distinctive, I think, than something that looks vaguely Earth military tank-like. And this to me is, like, so, like, it's Geiger-esque, the Dark Crystal. It's much more like menacing technology. It's a vibe. It's a bop. It makes me sad. Rip. They missed, and every single time they redo these games, air quotes redo. Like, you know that they've been in a cycle of re-releasing these old Final Fantasy games with progressively uglier and uglier art. They've just been making them uglier and uglier for some reason, which I don't understand. Like they've been making the sprites blurry and strange, and they never try and make things look more like the original concept art. They just take the original, like the existing base art, and then they just blow it up and make it blurry and kind of weird. So I really have no... I try not to think about it too much because I just get really salty about like what could have been with the artistic directions of these games. They could have felt like iconic in a visual sense. Like, who remembers what the cities look like in these games? Only the super fans, only the super mega fans remember the background elements, stuff other than the character design. There was an art collection, now it's rare. It was $75 US for 500 full-size pages. The Sky, the Art of Final Fantasy Slipcase Edition. Is it much more expensive now? They just AI upscale the shit out of old assets, apparently. That's what it feels like. And then, like, they upscale the art, and then they use, like, Comic Sans font for the text. And it's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Was there a single, like, it feels like for the remasters, they had no artistic director. They had no art team at all. It was just a bunch of programmers and they were like, take this game and make it run on Android, and that's it. And all these people who were like, we do programming, are like, but what about the art? Okay, I guess we'll just make the existing ones bigger. Oh geez. That's about it. People don't have nostalgia for the concept art, even though they should. They should. That's it. It's so good. It's so good. I wish. Like, you think people would be mad if they redid these games and they stayed as close as possible to the concept art? Would people be like, that's moving away from the original experience of the game? No matter what you do, some people will be mad, right? Right? What am I saying? Of course they would. Of course they would. FF sprite comparison. Yes, sir. well, FF5 new. It's a step up from 2013. But I've done some sprite work over time. I've dabbled in sprite art, as observe below the gumballs being brutally murdered. That is my sprite art, and so for me, it feels like there's not enough contrast in the new images. There's a significant lack of like really dark shadows. It feels very flat. It's like when people do shading for the first time, it's a very common thing, for me included. Also, congratulations on your victory, Gate Snipe. Into your gum tears, into your spooky teeth. Last day to get spooky stuff. Because I fucked up, and I forgot to remove them. Yeah, there isn't as much contrast. Yeah, it's like when people first start trying to do shading on their artwork, there's always this like fear of going too dark, and like me included. I'm talking from like experience here. Oh, I should pull up some really bad art sometime. Some early goofy artwork. It's probably mostly gonna be Neopets, but there's like you're nervous, so you take the color that you've done your main drawing with, and you just make it a little bit darker, and you just like hesitantly doing like a teeny bit of a difference, and it's just not enough. It doesn't have the depth required to punch up art, and also it looks like low-key pillow shading. It's like no consistent light. There's kind of a consistent light source, but it's not as immediately visible as the old stuff. It feels like this stuff was done by people who do not do pixel art. That's not their primary form of art. Maybe they're not even really somebody who draws that much. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like very hesitant beginner artwork, which is fine in a lot of games, but maybe not in like the celebration of a re-release of a giant video game corporation's flagship product. You know? Oh shit! This reminds me. I found I like old Fire Emblem games. Speaking of old flagship products with pixel art in them, I really like the old Fire Emblem games. I kind of fell out of love with them when they did their major rebrand and became more what they are now. They didn't grab me the same way that they did before. I think the last one I played was the one for the Wii, which we talked about earlier. We're all circling back. It's all circles. It's fucking circles. And I didn't feel any desire to play any of the ones after that, seeing like all their quote unquote new features and stuff. It didn't really interest me. I'm not interested in the dating sim aspect of them. And I found the original creator of Fire Emblem has been putting out more video games in the same vibes, in the same lines as the initial games, the older ones that I really enjoyed. They're called Hysteria Saga. Let me see here. So the first so these are apparently these are very shitty very placeholder graphics. Apparently the first Hysterian Saga, it's made in a third-party game engine, and a lot of these are recycled assets from the game machine. I don't think it's RPG Maker. I feel like I'd recognize it if it was. I can always see the RPG Maker games because I've dabbled in that software for a long time before I got into coding. But apparently this has It's not the same as the old Fire Emblems because the dudes kept experimenting and has kept growing, but it's experimenting and growing in the direction of the games that are more focused on like the combat and the tactics. And I kind of want to see if I can, if maybe I might play them on stream. It might be a thing. We'll see. We'll see. Old Neopets. Yeah. My oldest art is Neopian. Why is everything gone back to urine? That's the theme of today's stream. P-jokes. I have old art of like my Shoiru, one of my Shoirus. Well, I think it's my only Shoiru. And then I've got art of like other old pet games that I think are still around. I remember one of them, I found the old art and I was like, oh shit, this site. And I went and the site was still actually working and there was like one person active online. I was like, oh, you're still hanging on. That's so impressive. The Fire Emblem on Game Boy Advance looks so good. The old Fire Emblem games, I don't know about, the new Fire Emblem games might be good. They could be good. There is a very high chance that they are good. They have a huge audience. There's a lot of people who really like them. But they are different, and they are good in a different way than the old games. And I really liked how the old games were good. They were very fun. I enjoyed them greatly. I played them many a time. PP streamer. That's me! It's a goofy urinal. I mean, my favorite meme is the thirsty little flowers, so I guess it works. I guess it works. Destiny. And I saw on on Steam, these games have good reviews. I now no longer trust Steam game reviews after the Redwall games. After the reviews on the Redwall games were like, they're good, okay guys, they're really fun. Those games were bad. They had some nice aesthetic vibes to them. They had music that they had no right to have. It was that good. But yeah, gameplay was bad. Story was weird. I mean, story was okay. It's Redwall. The basic Redwall stories are like, bad guy has come. It is time to fight bad guy. We have fought bad guy. We have won. Congratulations. Let us mourn the dead that passed to allow us to keep living in peace and freedom with a party. That was so it's like, it's okay if the Redwall game story isn't good, but like the gameplay was so bad. The stealth sections were so bad. So it's like I was gaslit by the Steam reviews for those games. So now whenever I see like a niche game where it makes sense that the people reviewing it are like, they have some personal tie to it where they want it to be good, and even if it's bad, they will convince themselves it's good. I feel like Visterion Saga is exactly in the same boat, because it is the people who were a fan of the old Fire Emblem games, and the old developer is making new games, and they're like, this has gotta be amazing. This has gotta be superb. So we might just like try it, have a little like tasting session with the game, and if it's good, then bring that in as like a full playthrough of Visterion Saga 1 and 2 slowly over time. Not all together, because I think that would probably take a long time. But that's what I'm thinking. Did you miss that? Did I say Thirsty Little Flower? Yeah! Thirsty Little Flower is my favorite meme. It's my favorite meme. It's a classic for a reason. You're not gonna say it's much better, but I should play Ghost of a Tale. Oh, is this this is what Redwall, the video game, wanted to be, isn't it? PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch 1. Okay, Windows good. I was gonna say I don't have a Nintendo Switch. But if it's for a PC, we could give it a shot. If it is indeed as beautiful as you are carefully not trying to say it is. My one concern, it shouldn't be a concern. It shouldn't be a concern. I think I got motion sick from the Redwall game just because it was like such a badly done game. They didn't really like bother to think about nausea and how to reduce nausea while playing it. I got really motion sick during parts of that game. I think most times that I ended, I was just like, ugh, after for a few hours. Hopefully this will not, because this seems to be like a game that has quality. So hopefully this one would not give me the tummy churns in the same way. After playing that, I was like, oh no, third-person games also make me sick. Oh no. It was very scary. It was very scary. Got an ad just as you searched it. Oh no. Well, I was saying, perhaps I might indeed give this a shot, as long as it won't make me churny in my stomach. I've always been a big fan of like top-down games, strategy games, stuff like that, and then getting more and more motion sick as time has gone by has really biased me even more towards not playing 3D games with like a first-person or over-the-shoulder view. If they've got a demo though, could try that out. I know a lot of games don't do demos anymore, but maybe it does. Third-person games are more likely to. Yeah. And the camera moves and the horizon changes as far as you understand. Oh, so there's that trick to it. FPS that don't jitter to hell are uncommon. I bought the new Monster Hunter and I tried to play it. I was unable to. First off, I was originally unable to play it because every time I tried to move my camera a bit, it was like, wow. And I was like, oh, no. And then when I turned all of that shit off, I got overwhelmed by the amount of buttons I had to press to do anything. My very first Monster Hunter game was on the Wii, the Wiimote, so it had very limited controls, so I really got into it. It was very fun. Then I got the one that like really blew up, got really popular. Monster Hunter Try? Perhaps, potentially, possibly. The one that was on Steam. And I think it was like the first one to be released on Steam. And it was okay, it was fun. I had a lot of fun with it. But then I put it down and then I tried to pick it up again and I was totally overwhelmed. And then the new one I bought and I was immediately overwhelmed from the start and I was like, oh no, shit, this isn't good. So, too many buttons, too many. This is my curse. It's funny because like I'm used to playing with like a keyboard and a mouse, and arguably there are more buttons with keyboard and mouse than there are with a controller. Yet with a controller, I get overwhelmed by a lot of buttons a lot easier. Shader particle effects will do it too. Yeah, you just gotta turn them all down. You do not understand how game devs keep putting motion blur into games when they presumably have to play the game to make it. Yeah, they've all just got iron stomachs. That's it. That's it. You never played Monster Hunter, but your buddy plays all those sparkly games. Monster Hunter is like the only AAA game in recent years that I've bothered putting money into to attempt to play. I used to also try with Dragon Age, but I did not like the last one. I did not, so I stopped. I cut that one out from my heart. I have one skill that helps me financially, and that is when I no longer enjoy a game, no amount of nostalgia will stop me from like dropping the franchise like a hot potato. It's very helpful. I see so many people that are like, okay, I know I didn't enjoy the last one or the one before, but I still love the game and I'll still buy the next one when it comes out. And then it comes out and they're like, why do I keep hurting myself? And I'm like, you just need to become dead inside like me. The insanest thing, the easy version will delay the game. It'll delay the game by a nanos. Remember, I was like, I can keep going. My voice isn't giving out. There we go. It's happened. It's happened. My voice gave out. Let me get a cough drop. They'll delay the game by a nanosecond to make the frames blur. Graphics over everything. Graphics, I guess, because that's the thing, right? Like, the main trick the games industry has been relying on for, like 20, 30 years has been graphics. Make graphics more. Put more polygons in. And I mentioned in a previous stream, I feel like we've kind of reached the maximum amount of polygons. You can't. We've already gotten to pores. We've already gotten into like porous textures. So there's no more directions to go there. So all that remains is to start layering in the post-processing, and that includes motion blur. 1 to n frames. What? Isn't 1 n frames? 1 n frames. That's what you wrote. N frames. Unframes. The delay itself can trigger motion sickness and contradicts the concept that it makes the visual smoother. Yeah. I'm waiting for them to bring back bloom to the extent that they had it before. Like, give me that Elder Scrolls washed out. That kind of looks like it, I guess. But oh no. This is giving me flashbacks to the Red Wall. I'm like, there's stealth? There's stealth? No! I don't want any more stealth. It hurts so bad. Presumably it's good stealth, though. As supposed to... Okay. Ghost of a firefall. No! Firefall. Gyre-Gall. I'm not your punching bag. The game industry is. Blame them. Ah, yes. Oh no. What's wrong with his neck? Oh no. Oh. This feels like Mirror World Gears of War. I don't know why. It just makes me think of Gears of War. The boss battles turn into particle effects. Look at that bloom. Look at that bloom. Look at that brightness. I like a bright world. But look at that bloom. Turtle Man. Oh no, he really is. It's the Austin Powers character in his gritty reboot, where you learn about his backstory, about how his fiance died, and then he went to avenge her, and he was shot, and the government took him in, and they pumped him full of steroids, and put a little computer chip into his forehead, so he manifests like a sexy computer lady who has the voice of his dead wife, and she gives him PSD. Wait, not PST. PTSD! Yeah, there we go. And he's a turtle. there's something so sad about seeing yet another MMO that lived and died. This one looks even vaguely unique. Although I guess there have been plenty of sci-fi-ish shooters. There was Tabula Rasa. And then I guess this is just like a less well-known spin-off of that or something. She gives him Photoshop files! Yeah, she's always doing like humorous meme edits of all his battlefield encounters. And he's like, stop it, B00B13S, stop it, you're triggering my flashbacks. And she's like, but it's funny though, it's pretty funny. Look, I put a cat in and a cheeseburger. It's pretty funny, isn't it? And look, there's a rage face. I'm so funny. And they're truly a dynamic duo. No wait, she has to be snarky and sarcastic. And like standoffish. And that's how they show that she's tough. She's a tough robot who don't need no man. And then in the third game in the series, she gets a human body. And they fall in love. And it's very romantic. But like, not in like a way with like any kind of feelings or gay shit like that. It's just like he sees her and he's like, And then she's like, I don't need you. And she gets a big gun, and she goes into a fight, and she gets shot, and she's lying on the ground. She's dragging herself through the bodies with blood gushing out, squirting out of a hole in her face. And he's like, I'll save you. And she's like, I don't need no man. And then he picks her up, and she's like, And he looks at her, and she looks at her, and then like smashed cut to 5 years later, and they're married, and they're still being bitches at each other. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Please let me write a game. I'll make the best game. Everybody will love my game. I have so many ideas for a game. And the combat can be, I don't know, chest high shooter. Chest high wall shooter. Yeah. Another sort of an MMO that started out okay, then they had no coherent direction and drove into the ground. Rip. Everybody's like, MMOs can make so much money. MMOs can make so much money. If we can just get the players, we can make so much money. And then it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I've gone too corny, it became an anime? You think? I guess. There's a lot of shonen stuff where it's like, you never see the characters like really seem that into each other. Maybe the girl's into the guy. And that's about it. And the guy's like oblivious. And then you like smash cut to the future to like a spin-off. And the characters have gotten married off screen, and they've gotten through their honeymoon phase, and they're back to just treating each other very normally, but they have kid now. And it's like, oh, I guess at some point in time, both of them felt an emotion for each other. Good to know. So many ways to cover shooters. You want an ankle high cover shooter? How would that? Oh. Okay, so one side is humans, and the other side are ants armed with some kind of like incredibly destructive but teeny weeny ant-sized weaponry. So that's why you got like the ankle high cover shooters, because the humans, to be able to hit the ants, they can't aim down because you have to see the skybox. So instead they got like little guns on their shoes, and they just shuffle forwards shooting their shoe guns, and maybe that would be toe high cover shooters. What about like a Victorian game where somehow covering more is better? So it's like all the combatants in the game are completely naked, and they hide behind their cover, and their cover is their like entire life. And it has to be first person, obviously, otherwise you'll see a whole lot of butts. Bleach. Great. Yeah. Yeah. It's really funny because I see a lot of people. Well, no, I guess in Naruto and Bleach, presumably the characters at some point in time, like, presumably Strawberry? That was his name, right? Strawberry? Presumably Strawberry at one point in time sees a very large pair of breasts and gets a bit flustered. And that shows that he does indeed experience romantic attraction towards the opposite sex. But, like, apart from that, like, people talk about, like, Luffy being, like, an ace representation king, but it really doesn't feel like he's got that different of a level of attraction versus a lot of other protagonists in other anime. We should go, yeah. Yeah! You love Tohai? Is that it? Now I'm trying to think, like, how could you make Toho into a game about Tohai shooters? Luffy is quite special. Yeah, I was gonna go into a big rant earlier in stream about One Piece, about all the hopes that I had for it when I first read it, when I first started reading it, and how I went through, like, a long, protracted breakup with that series. But you know what? We dodged that. We dodged that bullet. And we're not gonna go back. We're never gonna go back. Actually, we're on the hour, so I should probably be looking into passing you guys off to somebody else. Ending stream. Preparing myself for tomorrow. Bayonetta also ran through your head with foot guns. Bayonetta sound like it always looks really fun. I've never played it, but it's like it's supposed to be good. 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 That's another game I've always been like, oh, I could play. But isn't that like there's Wii exclusives, and I didn't realize what I was doing when I got rid of my Wiimote. I didn't realize that now, if you want to, like, authentically play a Wii game, they cost so much. They cost so much. It costs so much to get Wii paraphernalia. It's insane. It's insane. You don't want to read through 1,000 chapters. It's not even that. Like, I was keeping up to date with it. It's, I didn't like... I don't. It felt like it was. I don't want to say mean things because I know a lot of people really like One Piece. They really like One Piece. They really do. And I'm just like sitting here like. It's not where I hoped it would be. I disagree with the choices made both by Oda and his publishers. Try to be so gentle with what I say. Let's see who's on. Some. I want to play Homestar games on stream one day. Homestar was my childhood. I really want to go play watch Strong Bad's Cool Adventures. Immediate decision made. Some days I'm like, I don't know who we're gonna raid. I don't know. I haven't the foggiest. Today I've made up my mind immediately. How many people do I have favorited? Not that many. Not that many. Considering, like, I always feel like I should have a lot of people so that I have a lot of options to send you guys to at the end of stream. I really don't have that many people. I really don't. I could do with more. It's so many. I can do with more. It's not even just for me. It's resources. Yes. Tomorrow is still up. What? For my protracted One Piece rant? Where I get cancelled by all the One Piece fans? Well, maybe tomorrow we'll actually do some fucking drawing. How about that? That sounds good. Or I could just talk again, I guess. I was like, I wonder if I will talk for a bit today, which is why I started the stream with just chatting. I think that was an accurate assessment. Anyway, tomorrow I can homestar running. I've got this list of games that I have to go through. I guess I could just just play Homestar. Fuck it. Why not? I do what I want. Anyway, thank you guys for coming by. I'll be back tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed whatever the fuck we had today. Various discussions, horrible looks into the behind the scenes of modding communities. A long list of old games that I read off and spun into tangents about art and game reconstruction and stuff. Anyway, I will be back on tomorrow. Maybe art. Who knows? We'll see. I do what I want. Thank you so much for coming by. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.